now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, Dave, you ready for this?
You got your Broncos socks on. Your little Broncos bib, 90s, drawers, whatever it is you wear, game day. Colts fans, you got your horseshoes crammed, put in the right place. Merry Thursday to you. Game day. Right here on the Sports Animal, home of the Broncos. Broncos Colts tonight. You saw this one on the schedule when it came out. I'm like, damn, that's going to be good. Thursday night, big featured game. Too high, Pat. What's up with you? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
Game day for you. You all right?
Ready to go.
Are you? Is your team ready to go?
It better be.
I mean, this looked good, right? When this came out, when the schedule came out, this was something that you're looking at and you're saying, that's really good. I mean, the Colts should be the class of the AFC South. Broncos should be right there in the middle, and they are right there in the middle of it right now because it's 4 games in, and, well, they're 2-2. But I don't think anybody feels like these are two of the best teams in the NFL. But two desperate teams that still are holding on to lofty goals that think they can get things right and still get there. And so maybe you get some entertainment tonight.
Should be a competitive game. It's a 3-point game. Broncos home favorites, so it's home field advantage. On the field goal for Denver, all right, you lose Javonte Williams, you lose Randy Gregory. The Colts have problems keeping Matt Ryan upright. He's been hit. He's fumbled the football.
He's dropping the ball, yeah.
Jonathan Taylor is out, so it's an opportunity for Bradley Chubb and whoever is up to fill in to get at Matt Ryan, because the game plan is going to shift a little bit. They've struggled to get Jonathan Taylor the football, and with him out, it's Nyheim Hines, who's a good running back, but you're not going to see the same type of bell cow work from Nyheim Hines, so it's an opportunity for the Broncos to get going, get some confidence out of Gregory, and just offensively. Can you find some consistency if you're Denver? Can you because Russell Wilson against the Raiders looked good, made some plays downfield. You still have 2 really good playmakers, but that's really been it. Outside of Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, there's not a lot of pass catching options in this offense, and you're going to have to trust everything you've said this week if the Broncos coaching staff that Melvin Gordon is the guy.
So at some point, first of all, yes, Melvin Gordon's got to be the guy because Williams is out, and he's done for the year. So you talk about Ryan having a little fumble issue. Melvin Gordon's had a little fumble issue too. He's going to have to learn how to hold on to the football. He's a veteran, a guy that you've got to trust. There's a reason teams are going to two-headed running back situations because typically, I mean, those guys look who gets hit on the field more than the guy with the ball, right? What does Danny Gonzalez tell you all the time about his defense? Hats to the ball, right? Everybody go to the ball. Everybody hit the guy with the ball. And when the guy with the ball is getting hit the most, at some point he's going to get hurt. And in this situation, he's down. Both best running backs, when you say in this game, both of the number 1 running backs are out, right?
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor, he's probably the first pick in your fantasy draft, maybe the best running back in the league. Javonte Williams, who is on the rise. So he's got to hold on the ball. At some point, Russ has to break out. And I don't know if it's tonight, and if it's not tonight, JJ, I don't know when. Your point is dead on. Somebody's got to make plays. And they went out, and you were all excited about it. Every one of you Bronco fans was all fired up that you got Russ, that the reason Russ regressed over the last couple of years was because Pete Carroll's offense was keeping him down. They wanted to run the football. They didn't have weapons up there. That it was basically the situation that Russ is still Russ. He's still one of the best. He's great. And now he's in a situation where he's going to flourish. At some point, they've got to let him flourish. And that's I got to believe, JJ, it's got to be soon. And tonight, it's got to start. Jerry Jeudy's good. Courtland Sutton is good. You've got weapons. At least you should.
You got 2. And Russell Wilson should be good enough that's a quality offense. Yes. But it also comes down to they have to run the football better. And when Melvin Gordon, they'll say he got dinged up. No, he was benched after that fumble.
Yeah, he was.
Against the Raiders and got back in because Javonte Williams got hurt. There hasn't been a consistency. And everyone will say, it's a new coach, new system. Well, we've watched good quarterbacks. And not just Tom Brady. We watched Matthew Stafford get in and get going. And so someone of Russell Wilson's caliber shouldn't have this big of a learning curve, and that's why short week, a lot of challenges for both teams. This is huge because also you look, that Broncos defense, even if you take away the fumble return, Josh Jacobs had a nice day against them. They
really nice
converted a lot on third down. They made clutch plays in the fourth quarter. So now without Randy Gregory, it's also short week gut check for the Broncos defense, because the one thing, Matt Ryan, well, you look at, he's been sacked 15 times, he's fumbled the football. They've moved the football. He's fourth right now in yards. So they're going to take some shots downfield.
Matt Ryan is?
Yeah.
If I'd have looked at that, I'd have known that. I didn't know that. They're just not scoring. They're turning the ball over, and they're just not scoring. Look, he's got Pittman, who's I think was ready to break out and become a premier receiver this year, don't you?
Finally opened up your boy Mo Ali Cox last week. Utilized him.
Every week he's there. So, all right, so you got that tonight. Bronco fan, come on in. How you feeling? The weather should be good up there. It's raining here. It's so rare that we're getting a storm here and they're not up there, but it's going to be clear. It's supposed to be 70 degrees in Denver today. Weather should be perfect. And so,
shorts and tank top weather.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't we like that for Balloon Fiesta? All right, Jerry's in for A. Marie today. She's actually going up to Denver to see your team, her team-in-law. Jerry?
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for
Thursday night football correspondent.
That's right. A. Marie will be with us tomorrow. Well, maybe not. Thanks for getting up early and coming in. And
My pleasure.
How you living? You good?
Just living the dream.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling me. That's
Yeah.
Your dream is nice. Yeah. Isn't it nice when you
I get to
find
play
some-
radio.
Yeah, you find someone who's living the dream and actually is living the dream.
Yeah.
It's good. Thanks for coming in, getting up early with us.
You bet.
You here for 2 days with us?
Yeah, today and tomorrow.
So you get to hoe with us on a Friday.
Oh, I'm so looking forward. I'm practicing at home.
Are you?
Yeah, in the shower. It's good acoustics.
No, it's a good place to practice. Yeah. No, you can stand. You can get the steam in, and it just kind of clears
Oh,
you
yeah.
out. Yeah. That's what JJ does. Yeah. I haven't done that yet. All right. Here's your guest list for today. At 8:30 this morning, Jerry Palm is scheduled to be with us from CBSSports.com. We'll take a look at last week in college football. Look ahead. It is, I don't know what you consider mid, but what's today? The 6th? It's early October, getting into the meat of it now.
Blink and it's gone.
Seriously, on college football? This is bonkers. This is the weekend that you guys, well, I'm not even going to just say you, we all pointed at since the spring when the Lord himself, Nick Saban, cracked down on Texas A&M and said that they bought all their players. And Jimbo Fisher came back and said, we look at him like he's some sort of god. And then all of a sudden that Jimbo Fisher, remember how good Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban, that beef was? Until they tried to squelch it. And we also, wait till October 8th. They play October 8th. Those two go at each other. Well, it's going to be October 8th. And on Saturday, Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M go to Tuscaloosa to play Nick Saban in Alabama. And I saw the spread at 20-something. I don't know what it is. Does this feel like – I don't ever really feel, JJ, like Alabama tries to run up scores, okay? I don't – now, they do run up scores. I just think sometimes they're that much better than whomever it is that they are playing. But if they get a shot, do you think this is a chance that Jimbo would say, you know what, I want to jam it up his backside? It's 24-point spread.
That's kind of questionable because their quarterback's questionable at Alabama right now.
No, Bryce Young's questionable. That's right.
And there's, I think, 5 to 6 big-name quarterbacks with injury tags going on this weekend. So that's going to be a huge story in college football.
Yep.
But right now, it's the struggles of Texas A&M
That's right.
is overshadowing this offseason beef because Texas A&M has been good. Jimbo Fisher is the most impossible coach to fire. Like, he's in a situation where you can be upset. And you're like, what's going on, Jimbo? His buyout's like $90 million.
And
it is unbelievable.
He's 5 years in, and this is a year in which they lost at home to Appalachian State 17-14. And the next week they barely beat Miami at home, a Miami team who got beat at home the next week by Middle Tennessee. And so shouldn't they be better at this point?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
With all the resources, with everything they've got there. Now,
They're not getting a good return on their investment right now.
Hardly.
In coaching or players.
Hardly. Or players. I would argue with you that and I'm going to plead ignorance. I didn't watch Alabama, so who's their backup quarterback? But I'm going to guess whoever Alabama's backup quarterback is pretty freaking good, and they can still put a whooping on A&M.
Yeah. Once
Because
they,
they're
you
Alabama.
saw it last week. Once quarterback. I'm blanking.
Bryce
I know
Young.
it's
Bryce Young went out.
Bryce Young went out, but the backup came in, got a couple series. He's more of a runner, but they found their footing and coasted to a victory.
Yeah.
So this one where A&M has found a way to be a thorn in the side of Alabama. So I still think
Jalen Milroe.
So I still think it's going to be a good game somehow, some way, because it just has been over the last few years, but it doesn't have that same oomph that we expected with the offseason jabs.
Just because A&M's not good, and you expect him to just get run out the built. Jalen Milroe is a freshman from Katy, Texas, came in when Bryce Young got hurt. 4 of 9 in the air, 65 yards and a touchdown. He also ran the ball for 91 yards on how many carries, JJ? 6. So the backup quarterback came in and was your second leading rusher. Who they play last week? Arkansas. Jahmyr Gibbs ran for 206 yards, and their backup quarterback ran for 91. They put up 317 yards on the ground. They put up 550 yards of offense against Arkansas, who was pretty good. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. I don't care if it's a backup quarterback. I don't care if it's you. Hell, Jerry's living the dream. He can go play quarterback for Alabama. Has that ever been a dream of yours?
Sure.
We'll call Nick Saban. I think you could probably run up a 24-point spread on Alabama or on Texas A&M if you're playing with Alabama's players.
I better start practicing now.
It all comes down to your eligibility, though. Can you make grades? And do you have any?
I crammed a 4-year college course into 8 years. Sure.
Well, yeah, I stretched mine a bit too at camp. All right, so that's what we got. There's a bunch. Baseball playoffs start tomorrow. The season ended yesterday. I do want to wrap up the baseball season. There's already been a firing in Major League Baseball. We got a lot of NFL to do. United were scheduled to play last night, and, well, they started to play, but then they didn't. How that all went down. And LeBron says, I want a team, and I want it in Vegas. And I want an Oompa Loompa Daddy. I want an Oompa Loompa now.
I want chocolate, and I want it now.
Whatever you want, Veruca. Wonka, how much for the Oompa Loompas? Well, the Oompa Loompas aren't for sale. Everyone's got a price. The original, by the way. You Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original?
Oh, got to be the original.
The Gene Wilder original, right?
Gene Wilder is.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
You?
Original.
Yeah. I mean,
of course.
Johnny Depp was fine, but the original, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
want an Oompa Loompa Daddy. I want an Oompa Loompa now. Okay, Veruca. Wonka, how much for the Oompa Loompa? All right, when we come back, I want to LeBron wants an Oompa Loompa Daddy. He wants a team in Vegas now. That's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Titus and Tate, a podcast from two obsessed basketball.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough.
Now. Remember that?
I don't.
You don't remember that whole Oompa Loompa song?
Man, I got to go back and watch it again.
That's so good. All right. Well, LeBron wants a team, not just a team. He wants a team in Vegas. He kind of wants it now. Even though the NBA has not said, actually, David Silver said that they're not. It's not David Silver, is it? It was David Stern. It's Adam Silver. Adam Silver has said that expansion is not on the table, but I think everybody believes that expansion is coming in the next bunch of years, and Seattle and Las Vegas are the markets, right? I mean, those seem like the obvious markets. Seattle was a great NBA market. Seattle should not have been stripped of their team. It was an arena issue, bad ownership up there. Now they got a relatively brand new arena that the women's NBA team is playing in, and Seattle should have a team, correct? Do we all agree?
Seattle and Las Vegas would be the front runners.
Yeah, Vegas has become.
Sorry, El Pinto Palace.
I know that sucks. Vegas has become the front runner on this. It's become just a terrific sports market. At what point does that market get saturated? And we should probably get Ed Graney or somebody in here from Las Vegas.
It's
Review
I
Journal.
don't think it will.
You don't think so?
Because it's the ultimate travel destination.
It is, but at some point the locals have to support it, right? Local corporations have to support it. You have to have, and maybe you get it all from national sponsorship. The Raiders obviously are thriving there, and that stadium's going to kill it, and it's going to get all kinds of national events. And then T-Mobile Arena, they built a great arena there, where the hockey team went in there, and the Golden Knights from day one established themselves. And they were the first pro team in Vegas, and so the locals really have loved it. They've jumped on the hockey, they've supported it. And then, and to your point, it is the travel destination. I would argue with you that it might even be the travel destination in America. Would you say there's a more desired travel destination? I mean, people we're going to Vegas for the weekend. I mean, everybody wants to go to Southern California, go to the beach, or go to but everybody wants to go to Vegas from all over. And so whether you're a Steelers fan or you're a Red Wings fan or whatever, and so now if you're a Miami Heat fan or you're a Knicks fan or you're a whatever, you throw that on. So I think they're going to get it. I don't know when it gets saturated. They're talking about Major League Baseball there as well, and will the A's move there? And that somewhat feels inevitable as well down the line. So last night they played an exhibition game. The Lakers played an exhibition game in Las Vegas against the Phoenix Suns. The scores are relevant, but if you care, Lakers won 119. Lost 119-115. What?
Anthony Davis, already on the injury report, did not play. Lower back soreness from that chip he's carrying on his shoulder into the season.
It's getting heavy, isn't it?
That's already hurting him.
So the big chip is getting bigger and bigger, and it's giving him back pain, is what you're telling me.
Anthony Davis already in midseason form.
Mid-season form, he's on the injured list. All right, so after the game, LeBron had a nice night, and in the post-game press conference, he was asked about playing. It's almost like it was like, here, bump, set, and spike, right? It was set up for him. How do you like playing a game in Las Vegas? And he said, I would love to bring a team here at some point. That'd be amazing. I know Adam's in Dubai right now, I believe. But he probably sees every single interview and transcript that comes through the NBA players. So I want a team here. Adam, thank you. That was his quote. Adam Silver, of course, is the NBA commissioner. Back earlier this year on his HBO, it's not HBO anymore, is it? It's on YouTube, The Shop. On his show, The Shop. And I don't know if you know this, LeBron already owns part of the Boston Red Sox, part of what Liverpool FC, is that what it is? So an English soccer team. He said, I want a team in Vegas. I want the team in Vegas. I want to own the team in Vegas. And so he's made it pretty clear. I don't know what the bidding process is for an expansion franchise. You know, typically there's a group or groups, JJ, that get together and they get their financials and they get their stadium deals and they present to the league and the ownership, and there's obviously a fee involved of how you get a franchise in a particular league. Would LeBron be favorable or non-favorable? I'm just, the precedent, I guess, is Michael Jordan's ownership in Charlotte. Is that a fair precedent? Is that a fair comparison? I mean, he didn't originally own that team, and I don't think he's the sole owner. I think
no, it would be a group ownership thing because it's just the capital is insane, even for someone like LeBron.
It's billions, right? Yeah. I have no idea what a franchise fee would be. I mean, if you're telling me an MLS team is like $250 million, NBA's got to be a couple billion, right? To buy in?
I don't even know the last team bought into the NBA.
Well, the last... What's the last round of expansion of the National Basketball Association would probably be when Did Miami and Orlando come in together? So the last four teams in have been Charlotte, Miami, Orlando.
Because Charlotte went to New Orleans, but then they came back.
Yeah, and New Orleans. And Memphis moved from Vancouver. So I don't know. I'll try to find something.
And also, what's the number there? If 1, do you go to 2? So you still have.
Well, I think it's got to be 2.
16 in each. Because right now there's 15 teams in each conference. So you're sitting at 30 teams.
Well, yeah, and I think things like New Orleans and Memphis would probably get moved to the east. right? I mean, that's
pretty
relatively easy.
There's, it would come down to what is your cap? You know, NFL is at 32 teams. NBA, 30. It's like 32 feel like good number. All right, Vegas and Seattle.
Yeah, Vegas and Seattle. I mean, I really honestly feel like I don't even know where else you would consider right now.
Swap
Is there anybody else on the map that you're saying?
And a lot of that stuff too, when it comes to like division realignment, conference realignment, there's ones that make sense. They're like the team shouldn't be playing in the Eastern Conference.
No, it's easy. New
and then
Orleans and Memphis go east.
Yeah, and then with the way that they're starting to balance out schedules, that
that part of it's easy. And is there enough talent? I mean, you can tell me if you think there's enough talent. There's enough talent to fill rosters. Is there enough talent to make it entertaining and fill rosters? I mean, as much as you say there's plenty of players, and that you're right, there's guys playing all around the world, and that would open up 30 more NBA jobs for players and opportunities for coaches, and it would make a lot of money. When you look at bad NBA teams, JJ, they're bad. Like NBA, the disparity between the top and the bottom of the NBA, I would argue, is as glaring as it is, more so than any other major sport. And I'll give you this as an example. The Jacksonville Jaguars were the worst team in the NFL last year, and supposedly the Colts were one of the best in the last week of the season when they had nothing to play for, and the Colts just needed to roll them to get into the playoffs. Jaguars, the worst team in the NFL, beat the supposedly really good team and knocked them out of the playoffs. Like a bad team when it matters in the NFL can still beat a good team. In baseball, yeah, bad teams are bad, but I mean they can still win a game. In the NBA, bad teams are bad, and they go on ridiculous losing streaks, and it's just misery, right?
Yes, it is.
And so, do I need more watered down basketball? Is kind of the ask here. Is that what it would be, or would it be entertaining? Is there enough good basketball? And I know playing basketball, there's plenty of good players. There's good players everywhere. Look at all over. Look at the G League. Look at Europe. Look at overseas. But is it good enough? Is it NBA quality basketball?
This would be something that I think only LeBron could get that ball rolling. Probably post-career.
Get which ball rolling? To the expansion?
Yeah.
No, I think it's rolling.
I think it's there, but I also know it's one that if you're the owners right now, would you like to be in Vegas? Sure. You're there. You got Summer League, play exhibition games. You've had an All-Star game there. But it's always about that capital.
Dude,
and is it worth it? And would they rather move a team or add two to the league?
All right, last expansion was the Pelicans in 2022. Grizzlies moved to Memphis in 2021. And then the Raptors and Grizzlies came in together in 1995. The Magic, the Timberwolves, the Heat, the Hornets came in 1989. So the Hornets, the Heat, the Timberwolves, the Hornets and the Heat in 88. So that's right. The Hornets and the Heat are expansion brethren. The Timberwolves and the Magic came in 89. And then, so they had a pretty good run. 88, they added 2. 89, they added 2. And then in 95, they added 2. So they added 6 teams in that 7-year run. And then they haven't had any since. Sonics, I think, would be the next one. They want to be the Supersonics. They want to bring back. I mean, the Sonics should be back. San Diego would be the other market, maybe. Louisville, Montreal, Vancouver, Kansas City, Pittsburgh have all been mentioned. But I mean, those are the two. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Jerry Palm's going to be with us when we come back at 8:30 this morning. Well, we'll be back before that, but that's in about an hour from now. We'll talk college football with him. NFL stuff I want to get into. All right, so you're protesting and you run out on an NFL field. And you're running around disturbing anybody and nobody knows what you got, or you're packing a weapon. It's a weird world, and you get leveled. So charges get pressed upon who? It's the opening drive on 95.9. What a world we live in. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger.
Blake's Lottaburger has a lot of pumpkin. Seasonal favorite, pumpkin pie milkshake.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
and act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
All right, it's a bad idea to run onto a field if you don't belong there. It's just a bad idea. Whether you're a streaker and you got something to show, or you're a protester and you've got a cause. If it ends well, you just end up in jail, right? I mean, what's the good outcome of that? How does that evening end up well for you? Just end up in jail? Yeah. I mean, what's the plan? I'm gonna somehow run out there. They're gonna put me on TV, which they don't, and then you're gonna escape into the stands, and nobody's gonna see you, and nobody's gonna know who you are, and everything's gonna be fine. What's the good outcome? It's like I always ask, like, what's the long-term solution? You're a gang member. Do you retire and get a pension? I mean, no, really. What's the long-term plan?
Paying in.
Right. I mean, right? I mean, when you start thinking these things through long-term, what's the outcome? So you had that guy that was out on Monday Night Football, and evidently he was out with the pink. Tell me how you got out of that. By the way, a guy in was it a cape and pink smoke?
He had a website on his chest.
Okay, is that what it was?
What the website is, I have no idea.
See, don't these
I'm not
guys
going to tell you to go there.
Well, don't these guys know that they're not putting you on TV? Because they put you on TV and encourages it, and so the only time you're going to get on it is when you get blown up.
But it's on the internet, and the photo of him getting blown up, the website is there, and obviously it's enough money that the person was willing to do it even with the legal troubles they had.
All right. It was a California-based animal rights group that was trying to...
they don't care about money.
Well, they're trying... No, did you see what the cause was? This guy was trying to raise awareness for a trial involving the alleged theft of pigs from a factory farm. Okay? That was his cause. I'm not telling you it's a good cause or a bad cause. I'm not passing judgment on his cause. That's his cause. So... I don't know, man. You go somewhere where you don't belong. Jerry, you run out on the field. So you got a cause. You're really angry, and I know you a little bit, but not well. But you're angry that there's a trial involving the alleged theft of pigs from a factory. And so you got the pink smoke, and you go out on the field. What's the best case scenario? How does this end well in your mind?
I get away with it, but yeah.
What does get away mean? No. You're slipping back into the crowd and nobody's knowing who you are and you're fine?
That would be the ideal, but I don't think that has any basis in reality whatsoever.
I'm slipping out the back door? Like, how? Okay. So you guys all saw this.
Especially with the pink smoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm pretty incognito. Yeah. All right, so he got laid out. Remember, he ran past one of the Rams linebackers, Takaris McKinley, started moving towards him, and then Bobby Wagner just laid him out with a hit. And the players are going like, first of all, I don't know what this guy, look, this is a weird world we live in.
I know.
Right? Do you know if this guy's got a weapon? Do you know what you have no idea what he's doing in your world.
Well, I would hope he would have been screened on the way into the stadium.
Oh, yeah. The guy with the smoke bombs and the backpack of smoke bombs, obviously he was screened pretty well.
Yeah.
So I have no idea if he's carrying a weapon, what his intent is, and I got a security guard chasing him. Well, the harshest part of that video. You see the whole video? You see the security guard who looks like he blows an ACL? Like, just drops. There's this one guy
I
just
get
goes
paid
down.
enough to chase those guys.
That's what I'm saying. And everybody's looking around, and so he ran by the Rams bench, and Bobby Wagner just threw his shoulder at him and dropped him. That's my thought, right?
Classic.
We all watch it over and over. You can't get enough of it. All right, so they press charges. Against Bobby Wagner.
What?
The guy... Santa Clara police confirmed yesterday that a report was filed by the protester against Bobby Wagner for assault.
Wow.
I mean, what is our world, man? Does this feel like some guy comes into your workplace, you feel threatened, you're protecting yourself? Is that not what this is? If somebody came in here right now and you laid him out, right?
Oh, and I would.
Right, I know you would. Or it comes into your home and you didn't use a firearm on him, but I mean, you're protecting. This goes nowhere, right? Please tell me this goes nowhere.
Please it goes nowhere.
Tell me this goes nowhere.
Is there any jury that would convict him?
I mean, if it is, it would be in that area of the world, right?
I don't know.
I mean, in the Bay Area. So a guy runs out on the field and he is the one. He gets laid out. He shouldn't be there. He just shouldn't be there. And I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I'll argue this thing. My client felt threatened. He didn't know the intent of this man who should not have been there, who was acting irrationally, and he was in fear of his safety and his teammates' safety, and so he lowered his shoulder and knocked this fool on his ass.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Case closed. Get this idiot out of here.
Yeah, I don't think Bobby Wagner's worried
well, he
about
shouldn't
anything
be, right?
at all.
But, I mean, and I told you yesterday, I promise you this guy's going to press charges. Didn't I? What was yesterday? What was Tuesday? The day after it happened. Promised. But that's our world. So, yeah, you thought charges would be pressed. I don't know, trespassing, endangering safety. Yeah, no, it was against the guy who protected everybody and knocked this guy on his ass.
That's amazing.
This is our
Just
world, you guys.
Guy.
This is our world.
Is the guy just trying to milk it for more PR?
I'm guessing he wants some cash now. Rich
That's the whole
football
point of
player.
it.
Yeah, rich football player knocked me out. Everybody saw it. It was on national TV. Well, it wasn't on TV, but it's on every social media feed. Everybody in the world saw it. You saw him. He assaulted me. I was just running around protesting. I have a right to I mean, would this be how you would argue it? My client has a right to protest. This is a public facility, and my client wasn't harming anybody. The smoke was not toxic. It was environmentally safe smoke, or whatever the hell the pink. You know,
We gotta look into that.
The pink dye was all organic. And he was just running around getting his cause out because these poor pigs were stolen from the factory, and the trial's going, whatever his cause was. And he was doing no harm to anybody. And this guy out of nowhere assaulted my client and laid him out and injured him. And now his back is jacked and he can barely walk and he can't go to work protesting tomorrow or saving the pigs or whatever the hell he does because this brute in front of everybody in a public place assaulted my client, Your Honor.
Well, if he was better at dodging the tackle.
Well, that's not his expertise. I mean, he's just a pig protester. I don't know. Did I argue it okay? Adolf, how'd I do?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you're the judge and you laugh out of the courtroom, don't you?
Not guilty. That's what I'd say.
Well, I mean,
But I just
it's a civil case. I think it's a civil case. No, there's charges. There are charges. Police report was filed. No, there's no charges yet. The police report was filed. There's an active investigation.
Oh.
So when I said charges, that was erroneous, and I apologize. But we're investigating who? Who's getting investigated here? Not the guy who was at work protecting himself and probably the other guys from this fool who ran in and shouldn't have been there. But we're that guy.
Now, does the public domain go down to the field? It's just in the stands.
Well,
once he crossed onto the grass.
Is it public, right? That should be, it was trespassing. I mean, I'm going to guarantee you that your ticket says, that whether it's electronic ticket and they're all electronic now, they're all mobile, that you cannot go down on that area. There's passes required. There's signs. It's got to be pretty clearly marked, but that's a really...
They got to keep it out because, for safety
important.
reasons. The public can't go down there because they might get tackled.
If his attorney says, nowhere on this ticket, here's his ticket that let him in, does it say he cannot go on the field? Now, I'm sure it does. I'm certain it does. Okay? But if he interprets a language that says, they've
got to have signs posted.
And nobody stopped him. Obviously, nobody stopped him. He went down there, so he felt it was okay to go protest the pig trial.
They've got to have authorized access.
I promise you they do.
On
they
every
do.
door.
Of course they do. Every gate, every stairwell, yes.
But making the argument is not proving your case.
100%.
If I've learned anything from years of watching LA Law and Boston
That's
Legal.
Exactly right. You went to law school, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. That's right. But the beauty of our country, the guy who was out there creating the stir and causing the issue and then got knocked on his ass as he should have,
Yeah.
He's the guy pressing charges. What a country. What a country.
Boy.
Was that Yakov Smirnoff who used to say that? What a country.
What a country.
You haven't thought of
No.
Yakov Smirnoff in years.
In years.
Yeah, he doesn't know who that is.
We're really hip this morning.
Yeah, do you know who Yakov Smirnoff is? I know I'm on the interlopers and Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah, that JJ, that goes back to the Reagan days and the Cold War.
Yeah, sorry about that.
The USSR.
Cold War.
The last one.
References in.
The last Cold War.
Yeah.
Not the one.
Right.
Not the one that we're going into now.
Oh, right.
Yeah. All right. What do you want next? Biggest subject.
Well, Yugos or Ford Pintos.
Ford Pintos. Yeah, if you hit them in the back, pop, boom. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Lobos and Wyoming on Saturday. We'll get into that a little bit when we come back. College football with Jerry Palm at 8:30 this morning. And coming up next, United were supposed to play a big match last night. Didn't happen. Well, 7 minutes happened. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need. Nobody should.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
Pushing it across is Petrie. Meyer once again, Echerivel. Baker gets it off the block to Meyer. Echerivel, this time she just pushes it. And that one, she was there, was Perea, but it went off the foot.
Sartans have possessed the ball in the offensive zone a lot in dangerous spots just like this. Devaney with another shot and another goal. Noah Devaney.
Oh, what a cannon. Del Greco with authority from the front.
Still alive, pushing it where nobody is. Was number 10, Ella Lopez.
Successful so far. He's looking, and what's the route there? As Garris is in for a touchdown. And you said they're going to go to that over and over again.
Yep. He had two options open there and a little post wheel on the left side, and the post was wide open as well.
Popped up, set, crush. But it's dug up. There's another one. That one's not going to be returned. That was just like meat right there. Just grabbed it, ripped it down. Was number 12, CeCe Vance. You don't want to make it that easy.
Curling ball towards the top, and it's in. Sandia Pratt gets their first goal of the game. And it is a familiar face, Finnegan Saunders with the shot. Herrera, that one's in. And it's actually Edgar Rios with the goal. 87th minute. Do it if they need to, but Spiegel will be the man back. Gets an end-over-end punt. It'll be taken at the 16-yard line. Trying to buy some space out there, and there seems to be plenty. Dodges off one man. It's Isaiah Quintana. Quintana is going to the house. He cannot be denied. Isaiah Quintana all the way from the 16-yard line, and Moriarty can tie this game up.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, I want to give you an answer. And we were talking about expansion fees, what it is for an NBA team. Jerry, what do you think? Ballpark, if Vegas, Seattle, somebody wants an expansion team, what do you think the expansion fee might be to get in the NBA?
I got $4, but I'm going to guess, I don't know, $3 million?
It's more than $4. You
More-
think $3 million?
$3 million, sure.
All right. You might be able to get season seats for that. So, JJ, what did we say it was for the MLS? $2.5 million?
50
250,000?
Yeah.
That's it?
million.
250 million. Yeah, 250 million. That's right. I'm like, what? 250 million. There's a story, and this is going back to January of last year. So this is almost 2 years old. Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, there was a report out that it was 2.5 billion, Jerry. 2.5 billion
Whoa!
with a B, and he said that is low.
2.5 is low.
2.5 billion is a low target.
Okay.
So they're probably going to get about $3 billion per franchise.
Oof.
So, all right, LeBron, knock yourself out. Go to work. All right, Dan wanted to talk about Dan's gone. He wanted to talk about Bobby Wagner. And you're welcome to do that at 505-246-0610. So there's your benchmark, JJ. And that was a story Brian Windhorst did back in January of 2021. And the commissioner said, yeah, that's low. That's very, very low. Very, not just low, Jerry. Very low.
Very low.
So, I mean, you better get yourself some gelt together and get some rich buddies.
No. I'm on it.
All right. You got $4? Is that what you said?
I got $4. Can I buy 4 billionaires?
I'm not. What could you buy for? If you went to an NBA game with $4? First of all, they don't take cash.
Oh.
You couldn't get in with $4.
Well,
no.
yeah.
What could you get? Let's say you were in the building. What could you get? You couldn't get a water. You couldn't. I mean, if you tipped the guy, he'd probably laugh at you for $4.
$4?
$4.
I know at an NFL game, $4 and running on the field will get me slammed to the ground.
Yeah, but then you can press charges and make a whole lot of money.
Hey.
See?
That's my retirement plan.
That's my plan.
The Seattle Mariners have a $3 value menu.
They do? God bless them. What do you get? A Cracker Jack? Like here's one no, it's like what? How much
like one of those
rib?
But
fruit
no
snack
toy
packs
surprise.
you give to your kid.
Yeah. Here's a little bag of Skittles.
Here you go.
Scram.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
5 in there.
That's kind of crazy. All right, United were supposed to play last night. In fact, they did for about 6.5 minutes. It was a steady rain, and as you know, I drove by there a bunch this week. I remember, and maybe this is just a lack of awareness, I saw more sod and more dirt in the parking lot this week than I recall. Now, that doesn't mean that's not...
Because they took out the hill.
But was it all sitting in a lot? It all looked like it was going in.
But there's been a lot of...
Is that what it was?
That's a guess.
Okay, that could make sense. Bad conditions, bad field. They played
even
6.5
started the
minutes.
game for 6 minutes. It's
Yeah.
not a great move.
Well, they did. Then they delayed it for an hour, and then they sent everybody home. Postponed. When they resume it, and I don't know if they'll resume it fresh or they'll start with 6.5 minutes in. But Galaxy and United did not play. Rio Grande Toros behind them draw yesterday, pulling closer in the playoff race. El Paso was a winner last night, pulling closer. But if you're out there, I'd love to know your experience and how that went down and how long you sat there. And good for you for going out there in those conditions. Opening drive, 505-246-0610. Jerry Palm at 8:30 on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Cherry Fridays are back. This Friday at 11.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
Pushing it across is Petrie. Meyer once again, Echerivel. Baker gets it off the block to Meyer. Echerivel, this time she just pushes it. And that one, she was there, was Perea, but it went off the foot.
Sartans have possessed the ball in the offensive zone a lot in dangerous spots just like this. Devaney with another shot and another goal. Noah Devaney. So this to the back line. It's Maya Baca. Oh, what a cannon. Del Greco with authority from the front.
Still alive, pushing it where nobody is. Was number 10, Ella Lopez.
Less than half of his passes make it last time. He's successful so far. He's looking, and what's the route there? As Garris is in for a touchdown. And you said they're going to go to that over and over again.
Yep. He had two options open there and a little post wheel on the left side, and the post was wide open as well.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is The Opening Drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Bond.
Well, you get Sherry Fridays, we get Jerry Fridays.
Nice.
Jerry's in for A. Marie today and
Points.
tomorrow, so it'll be a Jerry Friday here on The Opening Drive. It's been an interesting morning. Learned that the franchise fee is going to be more north of $2.5 billion for an NBA team, and LeBron wants one. Maybe he wants a discount too for everything he's done for the league. JJ, I mean, he probably should get a discount, hometown discount too, right?
Probably not getting a discount.
I mean, he's LeBron James. Dan sent me a note, and he said Bobby Wagner. So we've been talking about Bobby Wagner, the Ram defender who laid out that protester on Monday Night Football. You saw it on your social media feeds, I'm certain. The guy that was with the pink smoke that was protesting got laid out, and then that guy pressed charges against Bobby Wagner. Dan, and Dan, to the best of my knowledge, isn't a lawyer, but he says Bobby loses because it's not his job to lay anybody out other than other players. It's security's job. Bobby will pay. Bummer, but true.
Yeah.
Well, but hold on. What if he felt threatened? What if he, I mean, honestly, how do you know in this day and age that that guy doesn't have a weapon, that he doesn't have ill intent, that he's in your space? I mean, again, I'm not a lawyer, but this one seems pretty easy. I got a guy who's out there in a place he shouldn't be, is it fair to say acting suspiciously or oddly, running around with pink smoke coming from him?
Hey, Wagner just needs to say self-defense.
Totally.
Self-defense.
I felt threatened. I was scared. I was concerned for my and my teammates' safety. I didn't know if he had a weapon. I didn't know if I had no idea what his intent was. And so I took care of business.
How do we know what was in that pink smoke?
100%.
Yeah.
I protected myself.
Yeah.
That pink smoke matches that jacket right there, by the way. That's a smart-looking jacket. You think I'm wrong? I mean, neither one of us are lawyers. Adolf, help? I mean, if you're crying out loud, I mean, doesn't at some point, common sense play into this? Please?
Oh, sweetie.
Right? That's so right. All right, NFL tonight.
Is that what Draymond Green is going to say?
With his, well, he may get suspended now, right? He had a little scuffle with Jordan Poole. Is that what happened? So I didn't see this. What went down with this?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Draymond Green threw a punch at Jordan Poole.
All right, in practice? We're talking about practice. All right. Heated altercation, forcibly struck.
Boom.
Yeah. So he popped his teammate. Man, what you doing? In
Jordan Poole getting a little full of himself.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole up for a contract extension. Draymond Green, he's at the end, but he'd like to be paid comfortably. Draymond Green only fits on the Golden State Warriors, nowhere else. But the Warriors can't pay him like they pay Klay Thompson and or Steph Curry.
Or should they?
So some frustration's boiling over.
So, you just won a championship, had an off season. You've had a week and a half of preseason practice, and you're popping your teammate. So the Warriors evidently feel, their management does, that a line was crossed, and so they can discipline their star player. What's he? I mean, do they fine him? What do you do? Draymond, look, you can't be popping guys in practice. Man, he did this. He said that. Draymond, you cannot.
I'd be like, Draymond, we already let you run Kevin Durant out of town.
Seriously.
We let you be this feisty vocal leader, which, cool, it suits you, the role you're playing. You just can't be punching your teammates.
You can't be punching your teammates.
You ain't Michael Jordan.
Fair.
One dude that can punch his teammates. You're not Michael Jordan.
And that dude ain't a protester, and you ain't Bobby Wagner. And so you cannot pop your teammates in practice in preseason. Now, you want to tell me it's mid-March and it's coming down the stretch and the rigors of a season, and you shoved a guy in practice, and I'm actually kind of even listening to it. How does this happen a week and a half in? You're not fighting to make a team. You just won a championship. Like,
yeah, that's your top reserve player.
You're coasting at this point, aren't you? If you're the Golden State Warriors.
Bam. Focus, Jordan.
What's wrong with you?
Dare you?
Yeah,
And
so
Draymond
that-
Green.
So that went down. All right, tonight, Broncos, Colts. Have you looked at a line on this?
Yes.
All right, I have not. If I would guess, it would be Broncos by 2.5. Where is it?
The one I saw this morning was 3.
I'm going to look now. So the line I see is Broncos by 3. All right, so I'm pretty close on that.
Let's finish a Broncos at home, getting a field goal.
You like the Broncos tonight?
Yes.
I'm not sure I do, man.
As frustrating as it is, everything we've seen, I think they can get it done at home in a close game over the Colts.
Tell me why the Colts aren't very good. Because I'm watching this, and is it all about their offensive line?
Well,
now they can't run the ball.
The offensive line is an issue because it has Matt Ryan questioning himself. He's holding on to the football for a long time.
Until he's not. Until he's fumbling.
Until he's fumbling. Well, he's getting hit.
Yeah, I know.
So you hold on to it, get hit. He's fumbling the football. Now, he didn't pull a Trevor Lawrence. He fumbled 4 times in one game. It was wet last weekend, Trevor. 2 hands on the football. And the fact, Jonathan Taylor, last year he led the league in rushing, and you knew that was the game plan. Like 20, 25 touches, Jonathan Taylor. It hasn't been that. Because I think the Colts figured that Matt Ryan was going to kind of come in and give him a little more consistency in the passing game. That hasn't been there. They still only have one wide receiver, Michael Pittman. So they didn't necessarily upgrade the skill position players outside of that. And that's why I look at Denver, even without Randy Gregory, at home. You have Surtain versus Pittman. Bradley Chubb, all right, maybe they put a little bit more attention on him. I think they can handle the run game of Naheem Hines. And then you look at Russell Wilson, Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, go make some plays. They get it. I think they can win this game 2017. So put right on the number.
Is the number 37? Or the over under 37? It can't be, right? So you're saying under.
Well, it's close.
It's got to be. It's 42. So you're saying take the under.
I mean, on the spread.
Yeah, I got you. I hate road teams on Thursday night. You know that, right? I mean, I've told you that for years. I hate road teams on Thursday night. I hate road teams scuffling on Thursday nights, and they're scuffling. They're really trying to figure out who they are, what they are. And then a road team on Thursday night who is without their number one offensive weapon. I mean, everything says you got to take the Broncos here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Everything tells you that it's got to be Broncos.
But I don't think it's going to be easy by any stretch.
No. I don't think
Like,
the Broncos.
there's nothing easy about
I don't
what
think the
Denver
Broncos
does
are good enough, right?
this season.
Yeah, I don't think the Broncos are good enough to take anybody.
Now, a little bit different. The difference in this game too is Matt Ryan's not going anywhere. We saw in the second half, Derek Carr, he had 40 yards on the ground. Pocket would collapse. He'd go get that first down. That's not happening with Matt Ryan.
Do you know who their backup is if they bench Matt Ryan?
In Indianapolis?
Yeah. He's a Super Bowl MVP.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. Yeah.
I don't think benching Matt Ryan
I
is
agree with
the
you.
answer
I'm not
right
suggesting that. When you
Right.
said he's not going anywhere, I'm like, okay. I'm thinking who'd they go to? All right, the other NFL story that's coming this morning, Madison, Wisconsin paper, or Madison.com, talked to Aaron Rodgers. And you're already talking about, after getting a taste of Green Bay and how they just eat everything and love everything that is Packers. So they're already worried, is Rodgers coming back next year? And Aaron Rodgers has told Madison.com, like not Madison the person, but Madison the city, so hence the newspaper, that it's going to depend a lot on the development of these young receivers. Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, how are they going to develop? Quote, there's going to be a lot of benefits to be reaped from those guys, I'm sure, long after I'm gone. Look, my decision when it comes down to it for next year will be obviously the physical part, the mental part, seeing where the team is at. There's some moving pieces that'll factor in for sure, but seeing the development of those guys can't help but be a part of that decision, end quote. Watson was the number one selection. He said he's got to get him more involved. I guess he looked at film and saw that he was open more. He obviously loves what he sees with Romeo Doubs, right? He went to him at the end of the game, thought he won the game, the celebration won the game, and then Doubs dropped the ball when he hit the ground. But look, Doubs, and we watched him, you and I were both high on Romeo Doubs coming out of Nevada. Who is, it's really kind of similar. I mean, you look at the size, who does he remind you Another Mountain West guy that played for Green Bay that's now playing in Las Vegas. I mean, Devontae Adams was his guy, and I'm not telling you he's Devontae Adams yet. I'm not telling you he ever will be. But another Mountain West guy that, people can't know who the hell's that, and goes to Aaron Rodgers, and you give a guy size, he can go up and get it. He's physical. He's got good speed. Like Romeo Doubs has the making of being a star in this league if he can just hold on to the football.
Yes, he can be a really good receiver.
Rodgers already playing the game. Well, I mean, I might come back next year. If those guys are any good. All right, we're going to talk college football coming up at 8:30 this morning. Jerry Palm from CBS Sports is going to be with us. Looking forward to that conversation. When we get back, let's go through some of the stuff with the Lobos as they get ready to take on Wyoming. What's being said up there about this game, we'll get into that. I want to tell you about International Protective Service, IPS. They watch my home. It's private security, affordable private security. What's it worth to you? I don't know. I mean, you've worked hard to build your home, worked hard to build your business. You want to protect your family. And you know that property crime is on the increase in this city. You know that the officer shortage continues to be an issue. That's why I called IPS years ago. They give my family a sense of security, a sense of knowing that there's somebody looking out for us. They're there every single day. When I go on the road, they're there even more. If you ask them to pick up the newspapers, they will. Roll out the garbage cans, the curb on garbage day, all of that stuff. Do exterior checks. And if your alarm goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. You can also ask them about their 24-hour patrols. Committed to this city and to your protection. Call IPS and protect what you have worked so hard to build. The number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. Or online at ipsglobal.com.
This report is sponsored.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids.
Going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
The Sports Animal.
Two teams that need a win on Saturday at University Stadium. Wyoming's coming off a loss on Saturday past up in Laradice. San Jose State went in there and beat them 31-16. A good San Jose State team with Chevin Cordero at quarterback. Cowboys are 3-3 overall, 1-1 in the Mountain West. They beat Air Force and lost to San Jose State. Lobos coming off that loss on Friday a week ago in Vegas to the Rebels, where they were up 17-0 and then got beat 31-20. Lobos are 2-4 and 0-2 in conference play. And Danny Gonzalez says, well, he didn't say it was a must-win game. He says it probably is if we're looking to get bowl eligible. I don't know. This is a kind of got-to-win game, as we've labeled it here on the opening drive. The kind of got-to-win game if you're looking at some of those goals. Mathematically, can you still get there? You can, but realistically, you kind of got to win this one.
Kind of got to win game for 6. Huge opportunity to put 2 in a row together because you're going down to Las Cruces. New Mexico is going to feel like they have the advantage. The Aggies are going to feel like coming up our bye week, we're going to have a better chance than they did against FIU. They're 14-point favorites. Got a little ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
Read some of the press clippings.
Yeah.
A little bit too much. And you just want to start to find some answers offensively, get some consistency, and this is going to be a tough game because it's two teams that really want to do the same thing. The advantage Wyoming has is they got a quarterback that can do more out of the pocket. You know, Peasley's made some big plays against them, but his biggest asset is he can make explosive plays with his legs.
So Wyoming struggled getting off the field on third down the last 2 weeks. At BYU, I think they gave up 6 out of 15 conversions. It was worse than that. They're like 90-something out of 131 teams getting off the field. One thing the Lobos have been able to do defensively is get off the field on third down. Defensively, the Lobos feel like they've got an advantage. Their defense has been playing well enough to win games. Take out the LSU thing because it's just a different. It's a different beast. Defensively, they've been playing well enough. Can the Lobos move the ball in a Wyoming defense that gave up 38 to BYU the week prior, 31 last week to San Jose State, but held that Air Force rush game? Now, Air Force was beat up, JJ. When Air Force went up there, they were without, I want to say 9 starters all throughout the whole group. But they did hold them down. Now, you talked about Peasley, the junior quarterback for Wyoming. He has a hip pointer. Got hurt against San Jose State. He was only 6 for 20 for 85 yards last week against the Spartans. 2 touchdowns, 3 interception. But Craig Bohl, their head coach, said he does expect Peasley to play. He's a big part of that. The other big piece here, and don't discount this part from the Wyoming side. Lobos have beat them 2 years in a row. Okay? Lobos in the COVID year, when they were in Vegas, beat them. Went up to Laramie last year, held them to 3 points. Do not think that that's not all over their building. And Danny Gonzalez talked about it this week. But those guys, look, I told you this yesterday, and I'm not telling you this to knock this program, okay? Please understand that. But New Mexico's the get-right team on everybody's schedule. Because of where your program has been, not because of where it's going, because of where your program has been over the last 5-6 years, teams find it unacceptable to lose to New Mexico, right? Fan bases do. How about not even teams? Because I think Craig Bohl knew he was in a game last year. Fan bases find it's not okay to lose to New Mexico 2 years in a row when you think you're supposed to be whatever it is you think you're supposed to be. It's kind of like when Lobo basketball loses to San Jose State, right? Coach Miles might be building something up there, but whatever. San Jose State is San Jose State, and it's not okay for Lobos basketball to lose to San Jose State, right? And you come in here the next morning and my phones are lit up because the hell's going on. That's what's going on up there. So don't discount that. I think they're listening to that. That's a football team that's got a lot to play for. They can get to 4 wins, 2 wins away from bowl eligibility up in Laramie, and avenge 2 years worth of losses. And I think this is huge for both of these teams.
Well, I mean, right now 4-point favorites.
You like that? What's the under? Is it in the 40s? Because as I look at this, I mean, I can't tell you I see a lot of points scored. I mean, am I looking at a 20-17 kind of a game? Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if I'm setting the over-under on that, it's got to be a 45.5, right?
Opened at 38.
Jiminy Christmas.
Currently at 36.5.
Yeah.
It's the consensus line.
I mean, that's insane. When do you see a college under 36.5? Over-under. That's insane. All right, I might be tempted to tickle the over. A 36.5? Somebody's going to do something defensively or special teams, right? 36.5 means what? 24. 20? No, not even. That means like 20 to 17 ish. Yeah, 20 to 17, 20 to 16 game. That's what they're expecting. Yeah, and you know what? It could be. It could be. All right. So Lobo fan, where are you on this? Kind of got a win game, must win game. Danny was asked that the other day. Is it a must win? Kind of got a win game. All right, you're on the emails. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Carl wants to know whatever happened to Buck Sexton or whatever that hype name that Cumulus Honcho wanted to give JJ to use. I keep waiting for the show to start with the big voice guy going, it's the award-winning OD with the ED of the New Mexico Bowl and the voice of women's soccer, Buck Sexton. Now here's Jeff and Buck. What was that everything? Somebody just call you Buck once?
There's a person whose real name is Buck Sexton.
Yeah, no, I know that. He's got a show.
I don't know why
Conservative
it's
talk.
not me.
Yeah, it's a conservative talk show host. No. All right. Deutsch said it's not funny anymore, Jeff. I know the running OD joke is crummy weather for big events, but look out the window, and that is how it's going to be at post time on Saturday. It's not going to be so funny when you see 12 to 13 announced, but 5,000 butts in the Branchfield seats. Deutsch, look, I don't know. What do you want to do? It's weather. People are going to go if they're going to go. There might not be a lot of people there on Saturday afternoon. I don't know. I'm going to go out and have a couple beers and tailgate and have fun. But I get it. I don't think anybody's expecting a sellout. Are you?
The people will be there, Jeff, if you sit in the stands with them for 4 quarters.
I will. I'll be there.
In the stands.
All right. What? I'm not sitting up next to you in your nice warm press box seat.
So I'm not going to say anything about fans and not going to a rain.
I got season tickets, man. I'm going to go. All right, Jax is getting mad in November. Jeff, yesterday I was talking to frustrated New Mexico football fans telling me Lobo football shouldn't be losing to UNLV. New Mexico State shouldn't be dropping games to FIU. I told them, don't get mad at these programs. Take your anger out in November. Remember the lectures. If you want to play in Las Vegas or El Paso, I can't stop you. But don't you dare practice in your own facility. I can see you. That caused more lasting damage than just playing home games in Sam Boyd Stadium or moving bowl games to beautiful North Texas. So what he's saying is the year, and I think this is so discounted, and I remember saying this. And the more you talk about it, it comes across as an excuse, and people don't want to hear it. For New Mexico State to miss a whole year of football while everybody else played, for New Mexico to miss a whole year of weight training and basically keeping it together with duct tape and rubber bands and chewing gum, living in a hotel in Vegas. JJ, I remember saying at the time, during COVID, if you shut down these seasons, shut down these programs, they may never come back. And I know that was super hyperbolic and extreme, and oh my goodness. But I don't know, as everybody else got better, bigger, stronger, and progressed a year, and I'm not using it as an excuse to why they're behind this year, but it is an explanation. They're a year behind. Both the Lobos and the Aggies are a year behind.
I'm not buying it for New Mexico.
Okay.
Because the players that are on this roster weren't there. Like when you look at the
Many of
revamped
them.
offensive
many
line,
of them, yeah.
the running backs,
Okay.
defense is really good. So the year in Vegas should not be hurting this offense because you've recruited a whole different class.
2 classes probably, right? Okay. New Mexico State completely shut down and had to reboot. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll talk college football next. Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com will be with us. I love the smell of Jay Palm in the morning. You can as well. He'll be with us coming up next. Hey, you are in business, so you know how important your computers and networks and remote access are to your everyday success. ABQIT knows it as well. They know most business owners want to know 3 things. You want to know your systems will work, your systems are secure, and how much is it going to cost? So ABQIT created a business model with you in mind. What they do is monitor your computers and network to keep them operating. They watch for any activity that is malicious, and they protect your operation. And they do it at one predictable cost. So do you currently get several bills? One from the internet provider, one from a cybersecurity company, another when you buy new equipment? ABQIT does it all at one cost. No hourly rate or labor billing, no hidden fees or out-of-scope charges. Your rate will be predictable. It will not change. Business owners take advantage of this. Take the time to get a free assessment from ABQIT, and then you don't have to worry about your computer problems again. Visit abq-it.com. abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer problems when you work with ABQ-IT.
This message is brought to you by Blake Slaughterburg.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
Pushing it across is Petrie. Meyer once again, Echerivel. Baker gets it off the block to Meyer. Echerivel, this time she just pushes it. And that one, she was there, was Perea, but it went off the foot.
Sartans have possessed the ball in the offensive zone a lot in dangerous spots just like this. Devaney with another shot and another goal. Noah Devaney. Oh, what a cannon. Del Greco with authority from the front.
Still alive, pushing it where nobody is. Was number 10, Ella Lopez.
Successful so far. He's looking, and what's the route there? As Garris is in for a touchdown. And you said they're going to go to that over and over again.
Yep. He had 2 options open there and a little post wheel on the left side, and the post was wide open as well.
Popped up, set, crush. But it's dug up. There's another one. That one's not going to be returned. That was just like meat right there. Just grabbed it, ripped it down. Was number 12, CeCe Vance. You don't want to make it that easy.
Curling ball towards the top, and it's in. Sandia Pratt gets their first goal of the game. And it is a familiar face, Finnegan Saunders with the shot. Herrera, that one's in. it's actually Edgar Rios with the goal. 87th minute. Do it if they need to, but Spiegel will be the man back. Gets an end-over-end punt. It'll be taken at the 16-yard line. Going to buy some space out there, and there seems to be plenty. Dodges off one man. It's Isaiah Quintana. Quintana is going to the house. He cannot be denied. Isaiah Quintana all the way from the 16-yard line, and Moriarty can tie this game up.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters.
University Stadium over on News Radio KKOB. Maybe not a must-win, but a kind of got-to-win game. Lobos in Wyoming. Kind of got to win for both of them. 5 o'clock kickoff. JJ and Ned will have the pregame at 4 o'clock. Aggies bye week this week. Next week it's New Mexico State. The renewal of the rivalry of enchantment down in Cruces. Looking forward to that. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Look forward to this every single Thursday at 8:30 in the morning, where we are graced by the presence of the great Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com. I love the smell of Jay Palm in the morning. How are you, Jerry?
All right, how are you?
Right on. This is kind of a week. Remember back in the spring when college football we were just talking about it, and it was all realignment. Then we got something to talk about because Nick Saban said something about A&M, and Jimbo went after Nick, and everybody said, October 8th, wait for that day. October 8th is this Saturday. We got that day. I don't know. Yep. A&M not being that good is taking some of the luster out of this, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. They're a good defensive team still, but their offense has been a mess. Then they lose their best player on that side of the ball, Anais Smith, a wide receiver. And it's hard to imagine, unless Bryce Young can't play, that this can be a very competitive game. And even if Bryce Young can't play, it still might be hard to make it competitive.
That's my thought, too. I mean, even if he doesn't play, I think two things here. First of all, I don't think Nick Saban runs scores up. I think they scores get run up because they're that good.
Yep.
But is this kind of a week where he might want to stick it up Jimbo's backside a little bit if he can?
Probably not.
No?
Because it's not really his nature to be vindictive that way. The other way around, if it was the other way around, Jimbo would take a couple extra touchdowns, no question.
Yeah.
But I don't think Nick's going to run up the score for the sake of running up the score.
The other piece of this is 5 years in and all that money Jimbo's getting. And JJ was telling me it's like a $90 million buyout. Shouldn't they? Shouldn't they be better?
Ridiculous.
Shouldn't they be better 5 years into this? The Texas
yes,
A&M?
No question. They certainly should not be regressing. This year feels more like a regression. Now we'll see how it ends up. Long way to go. But yeah, I don't think they should be regressing, especially because they've been successful on the recruiting trail. But they haven't got. They're 5 years in, they don't have a quarterback. Still, I mean, just a reliable, SEC level quarterback. They've got the defense built up, but they just can't get anything going offensively. They haven't been the whole time they've been there. He's been no better than Kevin Sumlin, at least in terms of record.
He's been worse than Kevin Sumlin.
That was a guy that nobody down there ever liked from the day they hired him. Nobody liked him, which I don't know why. I don't think of him as being unlikable, but they couldn't get rid of him fast enough, and then they went and they got Jimbo, and they've got the same thing.
Well, they're worse record-wise, in fact, and they lose at home to an Appalachian State team who's good.
Yep.
But lost won the next week on a Hail Mary, then lost. They barely beat Miami, who got beat the next week by Middle Tennessee at home. And then they got run last week, and yet we'll all watch. So Jerry Palm is with us on the opening drive this morning.
Jerry, Wisconsin is looking for a head football coach. Did it surprise you the move they made moving on from Paul Chryst?
Yeah, no question. That was very surprising. I guess it just goes to show nobody's safe. He was there, the 7 previous years. They were, West Division champs 3 times, won 6 out of 7 bowl games. They were in the hunt every year. Really the best program in the division going into this season. And, they get off to a 2-3 start, and they lose to, Washington State at home. It's not a bad team, but you'd expect Wisconsin to win that game, and then Illinois runs them, and I guess that was enough. But I also think part of it is, they really like Jim Leonard, and his name is being attached to just about every open job in college football, and maybe even some talk that he might want to go to the pros. I don't know if any of that is true. That's all speculation. That's our job, is to speculate.
That's right.
But it might be, maybe it's time to give him a shot to see if he can be our head coach. I think that the best case scenario for Wisconsin is that, Leonard has a good, second half of this season, it's a little more than half. And, and that he shows that he can be the head coach, and they keep him. I think that he would like that too. I mean, he's Wisconsin through and through. So, but that's the best case scenario. But we'll find out. Right now Leonard is doing triage in the locker room. He has a lot of very upset players over losing a popular head coach. Who had been successful, and it's probably hard for them to wrap their heads around. But they got to get ready to play Northwestern this week. It's pretty desperate.
Jerry Palm, CBS Sports, joining us on the opening drive. And one of those names that is going to be a hot commodity after this season, Lance Leopold, Kansas head coach. Well, Jayhawks, underdogs at home again. TCU, Kansas, what do you think of that game?
Well, I like Kansas. Not that, TCU's been great. They're also undefeated. Just got done lighting up Oklahoma, and I guess teams are lining up to do that now. Yep. But it's they've got an explosive offense. Duggan is having a good year, quarterback, and but Kansas, Kansas has shown that they can win in different ways, right? I mean, they just got done with a slugfest with Iowa State, played Iowa State's style for 4 quarters and still won, and I think that that's a sign of a pretty good team, and one that's not so necessarily reliant on the things that they really like to do. They can still win when that gets taken away from them. So. Anyways, I like Kansas at home. I don't think Kansas is going undefeated, but what's really kind of funny is Kansas could be the first team to become bowl eligible after going into a season with nobody thinking they'd ever be bowl eligible.
They're my favorite story in college football so far. I mean,
it is, no question, the best story in college football this year is Kansas.
I love the story. A basketball school, they've been bad for so long, and here they are 5-0.
Well, that's what's funny. It's like you tell me Kansas is undefeated halfway through the season, and I'm expecting it to be January.
Yeah, you're like, okay. The bowl season shirts might be in the lot. Actually, they will be. Nice, good-looking bowl-bound shirts, by the way, that all the bowl eligibles will get. You talked a little bit about coaches, and we saw Arizona State, Colorado, Wisconsin. Somewhere else fired a coach. We're watching offensive coordinators.
We're up to 5.
Yeah, we have
Georgia
5.
Tech.
Yep.
Colorado.
Arizona State, Wisconsin, Yeah. And then offensive coordinators, too. Boise State fires
Nebraska.
Nebraska's the other one, yeah. San Diego State, Boise State fire offensive coordinators. Does it feel like, is it just because I'm in it? Does it feel like more coaches are going down, that people are more apt to make a move mid-season than in the past?
Yeah, it does feel that way. Well, at least as far as head coaches are concerned, that's I think that's a function of the December signing date, which is, I think, new this year.
Yeah.
Or maybe last year. And, so now, they're trying to hang on to recruits or, maybe, encourage people that they're trying to recruit that this is not what you're walking into.
Or get their new staff in place to be able to hold on to those recruits. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's the idea. And the offensive coordinators, that's a little bit different because you've probably got guys, especially at Boise, where the head coach is in a little bit of trouble and is trying to save his own job and make a change mid-season to try and get things going better. That appears to have worked nicely against San Diego State, but they're struggling as well.
Yeah.
So San Diego State is not what we're used to seeing, really on either side of the ball.
Yeah, no, that's true. And did you see the amount? I mean, the amount of money in buyouts is insanity. It's like, and it doesn't matter because there's so much.
Fisher is ridiculous. I mean, there are coaches that don't have contracts. I mean, most coaches don't have contracts as big
as his
buyout. As Jimbo Fisher's buyout.
Yeah.
But you know what? They committed to him. They're stuck with him probably another 5 years before they can afford to buy him out if they don't like him. I mean, it's just but that's. I mean, look, if they tank, what are you going to do? But I don't expect that they would tank. But still, it's that's a pretty competitive conference, and if you're not getting your money's worth, you don't really have a way to go out and get your money's worth.
Oh, pretty competitive division, a little conference. Jerry Palm's with us. Just a few more minutes.
Jerry, we got number 8 Tennessee, 3-point favorites at number 25 LSU. What do you make of that game?
Yeah, I'm not buying LSU yet. They are the only losses. I think Florida State. It wasn't at home; it was in New Orleans.
Yeah,
but this is the game where LSU can show me that they're actually worth spending much time talking about. I'm not convinced that LSU is. I don't think they're terrible or anything. I don't think this is a team that's a threat to, be much more than a bowl. You're 6-6, 7-5 type bowl team.
All right. Lastly, next week USC. Utah. This week, Utah's got to go to UCLA, who's, by the way, I don't know that anybody realizes that UCLA is undefeated. And SC gets a pesky, good, high-scoring Washington State team. I think they're both of them, Utah and SC, better pay attention this week.
Yeah, I don't think Utah's going to have trouble paying attention. You're playing an undefeated team. It's pretty easy to pay attention. Is USC on the road?
USC, SC's at home. They're 12.5-point favorites. Washington State's only loss was when they blew that lead at home against Oregon.
Yeah, and they've already won at Wisconsin, as we just talked about.
Yeah.
So, those are, the top of the Pac-12 is pretty competitive. I mean, to me, Utah and SC and Oregon are the three best teams, and I think the championship game is coming from two of those three. I'm not 100% sold on UCLA yet, but obviously, if they beat Utah, that's getting everybody's attention. Now, I mean, you might go from, that's a pretty good team. They're having a nice year or two.
Look out.
Now they're one of the favorites in the league.
Yeah.
And that is a statement game for UCLA.
And that would have been coming off a win at Washington. So it would be a 2-week run for them.
They beat Washington at home.
Yeah, okay. I mean, but they still, all right, so that would be 2 weeks in a row. They'll beaten two of the big dogs in the league. So, all right, enjoy the weekend. Appreciate you spending time. Read him every day over on CBSSports.com. On the Twitter, it's at JPPalmCBS. We'll catch up with you next week. Around here, it's a big week. It might not be for you, but New Mexico State. I mean, I know that'll be at the top of your list next week.
I love rivalry games.
So do we.
As you know.
So do we. And we like them in October because, well, at least then for certain they mean something. So be well. Enjoy the weekend. We'll catch you next week.
All right. Thanks.
See you. Jerry Palm is the other one is Good Morning, Jerry. Good morning, Jerry Palm. See? You can do that. You can do a lot with him. Jerry?
Nice.
You met Jerry. Jerry?
Oh, hey, Jerry.
Yeah, we'll have a Jerry Friday tomorrow. All right, respond to that. Coming up at 9, we're talking little hoops. Morris Udeze, the transfer big man from Wichita State, who you've heard so much about. You're going to get to meet him at 9 o'clock. He will be with us on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Try Wendy's new homestyle French toast sticks today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Is that the afternoon CBS game? It's got to be, right?
A&M will find a way to make it interesting. They do in these matchups, and especially with the question mark at quarterback. Is Bryce Young going to play? That changes that game a little bit. Gives Texas A&M a little bit more of a chance to stay in it.
So that's the late or the evening game, the primetime game, 6 o'clock our time on CBS. Put on your phone when you're at the Lobo game. You can watch that. It's not going to be that good. Lobo game's going to be better to watch. What do you mean, Jeff? Alabama, A&M? No, I promise you. I think I promise you. How about this? I'm 95% certain. How about that? I'm not promising. I'm not jumping off a building or painting my hair. Oh, wait, I don't have any. A more competitive football game: New Mexico, Wyoming, Texas A&M, Alabama. More competitive. I didn't tell you better players.
New Mexico and Wyoming.
100%. So take your phone. You can watch it. It'll be on CBS. You can find it. Other good stuff there. The Pac-12 this weekend is really interesting. The big one next week is Utah and USC. But Utah's got to go to Rose Bowl, play UCLA this week. SC's at home.
Big one this week.
Play Washington State.
You keep saying USC, but it's UCLA first and foremost up for 100%.
Utah. No, UCLA,
they're 4.5-point favorites.
Utah is.
I
see it at 3.5, but yeah, same area. Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Chip Kelly put together a team. By the way, UCLA can get bowl eligible this week too.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson sneaking up the list.
What if UCLA and Kansas are the first two teams in America to get bowl eligible? I mean, what if? I mean, but what were the odds of that? UCLA and Kansas, two perennial basketball schools. They're there, right? And yet they could be the first ones to wear the bowl-bound shirts. And
well, this year it was, I forget who the fourth one was. It might have been UCLA, but Kansas, Duke, North Carolina all started, I think, 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, oh, look at this.
Yeah,
basketball schools playing football. Now, Kansas, they were underdogs last week at home against Iowa State. 14-10 in the final. They won. They held on. That's what Jerry Palm was talking about. They're finding other ways to win. This week, TCU scores so many points. And that's why that's a large number. 6.5-point favorites. They're a touchdown favorite at Kansas. But there's something magical about the Jayhawks.
Kansas is my favorite story. I mean, period. It is my favorite story. It was App State. And then when App State got beat it was James Madison, I think. All right, I like them, but I love the Kansas story. Sherman, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to call in and, we have a lot of, quote, Lobo fans who say they're Lobo fans, but then criticize the Lobos and don't go to the game. So I was going to, if you're a Lobo fan, go to the game Saturday. Cheer the Lobos on. Nobody was more disappointed in the loss at UNLV than the Lobo football players and the Lobo coaches. So be a fan. Go to the game. Cheer them on. Let's get behind the Lobos. We can win Saturday. weather may not be great, but the game will be.
Yep, the weather will be fine. I mean, a little rain. It won't be that cold. Appreciate you, Sherman. Because I think
Hey,
it's-
listen, in this weather, the balloons went up this morning.
Did they go up?
Yeah. Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured they
All
might
right.
not. All right. Thanks. Sherman.
Hey,
said-
thanks.
Yep.
Take
see
care.
you.
Bye.
Sherman says, "Get out there." And I'm with him, but you're gonna go if we. I think it's a good game. I think it should be fun. I'm going. I think you're going, right? You got good seats, though. You're all warm, cozy. You get your coffee. You get your brownies. You take.
That's why I'm not gonna.
You
You know what?
take-
If I'm not saying anything about the fans,
Yeah.
especially if it's cold and raining, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should sit there in the rain.
Yep. How about this? You were talking about Kansas. Ryan told me it's the first time the national championship trophy goes on tour, and Ryan escorts the trophy, and the trophy listens to our show. For the first time, the national championship trophy is headed to Lawrence. He's sending 2 KU grads to accompany it. I love that. Absolutely love that. See? Kansas. I mean, it can happen. Takes time. Boy, did it take a lot of time at Kansas. I mean, did it take a lot of time at Kansas? Do you have another favorite game on the schedule this week, by the way? Because there's a few I really like. And Tennessee LSU is one you mentioned to Jerry, and he wasn't as sold as I am. Do you like BYU Notre Dame in Vegas?
Yes, because it's hilarious that both those fan bases are going to eat up Vegas.
Yeah.
Which you just love.
Yeah.
Vegas will do that to everyone.
That's right. That's why Vegas does, yes. That's why they keep putting games there.
Colorado State at Nevada.
Does that make sense to you?
A bottom 25 game of the week. All about it.
Yeah. All right, coming up at the top of the hour, which is next, which is 9 o'clock. We're going to talk basketball. Morris Udeze is going to be with us. You're going to meet the Lobo forward who's transferred over from Wichita State. The big man with the big plan, who is he? You're going to learn all about him coming up next. We're going to talk Lobo basketball because we are inside, well, about a month away. Practice is going on now. Inside a month, right? What's today, the 6th? Just about a month. Opening drive, Morris Udeze. Lobo basketball next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
I'm Steve Weisman with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Tom Brady was unable to...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Animal.
And the usual morning lineup. 7 in the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning. 7 a.m. Where have you been? 7 a.m. Where is your brother?
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is The Opening Drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Bond.
Well, 3 weeks from tomorrow, Lobo basketball will play an exhibition game. The men will in the pit against Colorado State Pueblo. And then a month from tomorrow, November 7th, they open up for real at home. Southern Utah will be in the pit. You get things started. Southern Utah, South Alabama, Southern Methodist, then Southern New Mexico. I'm kidding. New Mexico State to get it started. It's The Opening Drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls coming up in a little bit. But I've met this young man briefly in passing at a few events. And so many of you have asked, tell me about the big guys. Tell me about Morris Udeze and what's he like. And so I thought the opportunity for you to learn about the young man who transferred from Wichita State, a graduate transfer who's coming in and looking for a chance to play his final season of college basketball and grow this program and grow himself. Morris Udeze is a Lobo forward, and he joins us this morning on The Opening Drive. Morris, how you living?
How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me.
No,
living good.
Appreciate you spending some time with us. All right, so you've been in town for a few months. You've got a little bit of lay of the land. How is Albuquerque and UNM basketball compared to what you thought it might be coming in? About the same, better, worse? What you learn about it?
Oh, no, it's definitely better, man. It's definitely better. I like the weather out here. Except for right now, it's kind of chilly, but, I'm kind of used to that coming from Wichita State.
Yeah, it's going to get chilly.
As of right now, it's smooth, man. I love the coaching staff, love my teammates. We're gelling together, man, and I'm having fun in my last year.
Yeah, you had a lot of choices, and you, for whatever reason, you decided you wanted to go somewhere else and do something different. A guy from Houston, Texas, looking around. Why was this the place for you when you decided to transfer and make somewhere else your home?
I just saw that we had great guard play, a couple other guys coming back, and the coaching staff as well, man. I kind of have a relationship with them. I was in the portal before, and Coach Patino recruited me, and kind of through high school, Coach Chu recruited me. So it's kind of built off relationships.
When you look at that backcourt, people tell me, it may be the best in America. It's the best in the West. I think it's really good, too. And watch them really closely. Now you've played with them a little bit. I'm not, asking me how good is hard to quantify, but what are they when you're out there with them?
And they're pretty good. I mean, House is such a fast-paced player. He knows how to draw fouls, and he's very, very very. I mean, he's a willing passer. Playing with Mash as well is just he's great in the mid-range, and he kind of has a knack for scoring. So playing with them is great. Just seeing them. I actually played with Mash before during the camp, and just seeing his game develop over the years has just been great. So, yeah, I'm just soaking it in each and every day, watching everybody get better, and it's fun.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. Morris Udeze, Lobo forward, is with us on The Opening Drive as we talk hoops.
Morris, you played 4 years of D1 basketball. You played at a high level. You've experienced almost everything you can playing college basketball. So what are your personal goals this season? Of course, you want the Lobos to be really good, but what are you focused on the court?
Really just really being like the leading rebounder in the conference, really, and just and being one of the bigs and being one of the best bigs in the conference, to be honest. But aside from my personal goals, team goals, I just want to win conference, as well as take this team to the tournament, man, and win as many games as possible.
For you played high school ball growing up in Texas, went to Mount Verde Academy. near Orlando, Florida, before going to Wichita State. Wow. Where would you say, after 4 years of college basketball, from that time in high school, you've grown the most, whether it's on or off the court, that you're taking into this season?
Basically knowing that like you just have to control the controllables. Basically, what I mean by that is just knowing that you shouldn't have too many highs and too many lows, because there's going to be a lot of games that you're not going to have your best game, a lot of games you're going to have good games, and just kind of leveling that out and just playing hard no matter what, bringing that energy to practice when you don't want to. So, and that all comes into play. So, being a vet on that team, that's what I'm trying to do, bring energy every day when some people don't have it. Just be that energy bug every day, man, because it's hard coming. Young guys coming after class, coming straight to weights and playing, and then after that coming straight to practice. Sometimes they don't have energy, so my job is to bring that and just show them the way.
He's Lobo forward Morris Udeze with us as we talk hoops on the opening drive. You talk about going from class and balancing all that. And I'm looking back. Obviously, that was important to you. You were all academic team in the American Athletic Conference, and academics obviously were important. I think it gets lost when we talk modern college basketball, and everybody talks about transfer portal and NIL and all of these things. Does the student part of it tend to get lost? Because obviously for you that was a priority.
Of course. Now in this NIL era, it's kind of just it's really a business. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just knowing the best fit for you and kind of just kind of moving with it, because it's all a business in the day. And the longer it takes for some players to get that, it's going to be difficult for them, because at the end of the day, coaches need to win games, if you understand. So the faster you get that, the better.
How much did NIL play a part in your recruitment as you were going through the whole thing? And obviously it's a deal now. And when you were being recruited the last time, when you went to Wichita State, it wasn't part of the deal. How much different was it this time, and how big of a piece of the recruiting process was it?
It's of course a big deal in recruiting. Coming from high school back then, they didn't have this type of NIL stuff. I didn't know what it was. Nobody knew what it was, but coming to play right now during this era is huge for every player. If they say it's not, then I guess they're lying. But it's a huge part, I would say.
How does that go over just in a locker room? As you said, it's business. Is there a different understanding, amongst players of how the business that you have to handle? Yes, it's about team chemistry and you need to be good, but is there just kind of a different understanding in a locker room these days about what guys are doing?
Oh, no, I feel like everybody's on the same page. We don't discuss all that in the locker room. We just go by our days, go to weights, go to practice, and handle it like man.
Morris, how good can this team be? And I know that's a really vague question. You know this fan base a little bit, and you'll get to know it more when you get in the pit. It's a passionate, hungry fan base. He really kind of struggled over the last few years, and now with you and with Josiah coming in with a backcourt that is so good, there's talk of contending for a championship and getting to the postseason. You played in the postseason. You played in the NCAA tournament. Is this a NCAA tournament caliber team?
Most definitely. This is actually one of the most talented teams I've played on.
We lost him. I didn't do that. You saw that, right? Jerry, you going to try to get him back?
Yeah.
All right, my hands were over here. You saw that. I didn't do that.
All right, enough of those questions, sir. You're done.
Yeah, there he is calling back.
Mic's open.
Jerry's mic's open. All right. Hey, Morris, sorry about that. Somehow it cut out, but you were just saying, you said most definitely it's one of the most talented teams. I want you to finish that, Morris.
Yes, most definitely one of the most talented teams. When I first got here in the summer, I was like, let's see about this team. But once everybody came through, House came back, Mash came back, Josiah came back from injury, it was just smooth. I just started looking around and seeing we got pieces everywhere, at every position. So, and it's just one of them teams that, like, when one person goes down, we have somebody else who can replace them. So it's just when you have a team where you can just play more than 6 guys, and it's hard to, then you have a good team, and that's what we have out here. And every practice, I'm looking at guys. Guys are getting better every day, and it's happy to. I'm very happy to see it.
How is it for you coming in knowing that you're expected to be a guy right away? Like normally you go to a team in I don't know, in college basketball, maybe it's different now. But, you know, when you come in as a freshman, you're not expected to be one of the guys, right? Now it's you. There's so much on you and Josiah and on House and Mash. And you're one of the guys right away from day one. You're kind of expected that. And it feels like you're accepting that and wanting that.
Yeah. I mean, it's no pressure. My old school is kind of the same. So it's no pressure, man. Just gotta have faith in God. Know He's under He controls everything, and just keep playing through the mistakes and keep playing through the good and the bad. Like I said, you can't let your highs be too high and your lows be too low, man. So you gotta just keep playing through mistakes and even when you're playing good, bad, just stay level-headed.
Control the controllables, as you said. He's Morris Udeze with us just for a few more minutes on the opening drive.
Well, Morris, you played, Wichita State. It's a really good atmosphere, good fan base. But what are you looking forward to of stepping out onto that pit floor when that arena is full this year?
Really just seeing the atmosphere and the fans, man. I've heard a lot about the fans. I'm just trying to see all of them come through and watch us, man, because I feel like we're doing really big things out here right now. And we're practicing hard, working hard just to give fans a show. So the thing I'm most looking forward to is just playing in front of the fans and yeah.
Who's Morris Udeze? Like, for a Lobo fan who's listening, Morris, and not outside of basketball, take basketball out of it. Who is Morris Udeze? Okay. As Lobo fans get to know you a little bit, who are you?
I'm just a dude from Houston, Texas, man, who on his off time plays video games. Plays video games. I like to hang out with my friends, and I like to just be around the game of basketball all day, man. So yeah, basically that.
What's the go-to video game?
Video games. Shockingly, I'll be on Fortnite a lot. Yeah. Fortnite and FIFA. I think those are my two.
Everybody loves the FIFA, huh?
FIFA is the ultimate game.
So is video game soccer more popular than regular soccer in this country? It is, right? Like more
it's
people,
close.
more.
Oh, 100%.
Like will you watch a regular soccer game, but you'll play the heck out of FIFA? When was the last time you watched a soccer game? Exactly.
I actually watched highlights 2 days ago. I think it was Manchester City against PSG.
All right.
I watched. Yeah, I mean, I'll never watch a full game, but I watch the extended highlights.
You're me, man. I'll watch the highlights. I think soccer highlights are great. I just can't sit through the whole thing to get that one highlight. Hey, look forward to seeing you play, man. The few times I've met you at events at galas, man, I've enjoyed the conversation and appreciate you spending some time with us. Keep it going. Best of luck this season, and enjoy your final season of college basketball.
Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Have a good one.
Be well. Morris Udeze. I just want to know a little bit, who are you? Man, everybody talks basketball, right? He said, I'm just a guy from Houston, Texas, like hanging out, playing video games, and doing your thing. I like him, and I like the fact, he said, control the controllables. JJ, here's a guy who's being brought in, and there's a lot on him, right? You got a great backcourt, but what was missing last year? What him and Josiah Alec bring, right?
Rebounding. And you had a dude that just told you he wants to lead the league in rebounding.
Yeah. And he said, and he's been in NCAA tournament, he said, this is one of the best teams I've ever been on. So we'll see. 505-246-0610. You can respond to that. Going to reset for you when we come back. Big stories of the day. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Jerry, and who's produced it? Is it Adrian over there on ProView Networks? Adrian and Josh, maybe?
Yeah.
On 95.9 FM AM 610 Sports Animal and ProView Networks.
Getting by is getting expensive. The sports animal wants to.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
Pushing it across is Petrie. Meyer once again, Echerivel. Baker gets it off the block to Meyer. Echerivel, this time she just pushes it. And that one, she was there, was Perea, but it went off the foot.
spot in dangerous spots just like this. Devaney with another shot and another goal. Noah Devaney. So this is the back line. It's Maya Baca. Oh, what a cannon. Del Greco with authority from the front.
Still alive, pushing it where nobody is. Was number 10, Ella Lopez.
Less than half of his passes make it last time. He's successful so far. He's looking in. What's the route there? As Garris is in for a touchdown. And you said they're going to go to that over and over again.
Yep. He had two options open there and a little post wheel on the left side, and the post was wide open as well.
Popped up, set, crush. But it's dug up. There's another one. That one's not going to be returned. That was just like meat right there. Just grabbed it, ripped it down. Was number 12, CeCe Vance. You don't want to make it that easy.
Curling ball towards the top, and it's in. Sandia Pratt gets their first goal of the game. And it is a familiar face, Finnegan Saunders with the shot. Herrera, that one's in. And it's actually Edgar Rios with the goal. 87th minute. Do it if they need to, but Spiegel will be the man back. Gets an end-over-end punt. It'll be taken at the 16-yard line. Going to buy some space out there, and there seems to be plenty. Dodges off one man. It's Isaiah Quintana. Quintana is going to the house. He will not be denied. Isaiah Quintana all the way from the 16-yard line, and Moriarty can tie this game up.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit.
We're going to get more for you. Global basketball as we get closer and closer. Tomorrow, talk to another student athlete. Global linebacker. We'll talk football tomorrow. Cody Moon is due to be with us at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
It's been an interesting week.
Why? He has?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has had an interesting week.
Because that's one, you throw the flag, but then you get back to the sidelines, everyone's like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. You just blew up the quarterback.
Well, you blew up the quarterback. The coach is on you for, John Adam. We'll talk to Cody about that. And a local guy.
Good.
Getting a lot of time and a lot of love on a football team that's on the rise. And so we'll do that. More Lobo basketball players next week. And I really enjoy the conversations with the student athletes as much as I enjoy the coaches. The student athlete stories are so good. And you know the coaches by now, right? Why don't you meet Morris Udesi a little bit, and hopefully you got a different feel about him. Whatever your feel was, now you know a little bit more. And my favorite part about that was his candor in regard to the NIL. Yeah. Look, when a guy like that's in the transfer portal, he said NIL is, if I'm paraphrasing, I'm really close, right? He said NIL is a big deal, and if anybody in there tells you it's not, well, I understand if they're lying. Is that what he said?
Yes. It's part of the game. Like, I get it. Coaches and programs can't play the game, but it is side by side with recruiting. Because even if coaches can't talk about it, they're not supposed to talk about it. When a player is interested in your program, Google search. That's all right. What are players getting? What's going on in your community? Who's repping your university? So that is real. And also the fact, what he said is, I asked him about the locker room piece to it. He's like, that's not out there, man. It's business, and I think most players understand that. And I'm sure there's some sour grapes at times across the board, but everyone has a job to do, even as a student athlete, and that's what we're balancing now, in the world of collegiate athletics. And I do think those that can, for the most part, when you see these deals, they're probably good to their teammates. Like we see a lot of stories about players that have big time NIL deals. Seen a lot too, like women's basketball. Paige Beckers had a shoe deal, so she gets an entire team like new shoes.
It's cool. It's cool.
So
all right,
pay it forward.
You can get in on that. I got correspondence coming in at 505-246-0610 on the text line. You can call there as well. Emails Jeff at sportsanalabq.com, J at sportsanalabq.com. Baseball playoffs will start tomorrow. Nationally, Padres and Mets, best of 3 in New York. Cardinals and Phillies, best of 3 in St. Louis. Cardinals and Phillies winner will get the Braves. Padres Mets winner will get the Dodgers. American League, Seattle and Toronto, best of 3 in Canada. Tampa Bay and Cleveland, best of 3. And then the Tampa Bay Cleveland winner gets Houston. The Yankees will get the Seattle Toronto winner. Paul wants to talk a little baseball. What's up, Paul?
Hey, hi. Good morning, guys. I just wanted to touch base in regards to my Yankees. I'm so excited around this time of year, and there's always that glimmer of hope. But I just, regardless of what Judge has done this year, it just feels like one of those seasons where we're just going to get bounced in the playoffs again by the stronger pitching in Houston or maybe Seattle or even Toronto. These teams are all capable. They've whipped us up in the year, earlier in the year a few times, and I just saw, I just see the way the teams, the way Cashman has built this team. We just don't have those scrappy kind of guys that can get on base, generate runs that way. It's either swing for the fences and that's it. And come playoff time, that just doesn't work. And the last thing I wanted to touch base on is in regards to the NIL and the excitement of college football. To me, this season, it's finally taken over. It's like I actually enjoy that a lot more than the NFL now because it's just exciting with the transfers and guys, superstars going to different teams and following that. It's just the excitement level has just been taken to another level. And not to mention, just watching what Lincoln Riley's doing with the Trojans, and I'd like to see that offense go up against, one of those solid defenses out in the SEC to see what we're capable of doing.
You may get to see it.
Anyway, you guys take care and enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
All right, Paul, thank you. You may get to see it if SC keeps winning. On the Yankees, I don't know if they got enough pitching. I think Toronto can score runs. Seattle can pitch. Houston's got everything, right?
Yeah. The Yankees bullpen been beat up by injuries late in the season, and I think they can piece it together. So you look at, all right, so you got Garrett Cole, Hector Neris, you're starting. And then it's right about the offense. I think you keep Aaron Judge in a leadoff spot if you're Aaron Boone going into the playoffs, because I like the fact that he is either hitting a home run or he's getting on base. And that's huge to set the tone. Anthony Rizzo, Giancarlo Stanton, Gleyber Torres right behind him, and that's the bottom half of the order. What are you getting out of that part of the lineup? How do you stack it? Who do you put maybe in between to give Stanton and Rizzo some opportunities with runners on base.
Rudy, good morning to you. How are you, Rudy?
Good morning. A couple of random thoughts, but first thing, 2 words, or maybe it's 1 word. Rain poncho.
I think it's hyphenated.
That's all you need. Rain poncho. Everybody was at the Shinedown concert last night. Brought a rain poncho.
Loved it.
Not that hard.
Yep.
They're $5. You just go, you get a rain poncho, you take it with you, and if it starts raining, you put it on. There. Isn't that easy?
Solved. Solved. Easy.
I wouldn't miss this game for all the tea in China. You know Wyoming is just mad as a hornet that we beat them 2 years in a row, but I actually think it's going to be 3 years in a row. And some teams just have the other team's number, and we seem to have Wyoming's number, and we seem to know how to get up for them and play, and there's a lot to play for. I met Morris Udeze in the most serendipitous of situations. I just happened to be eating at Ruth's Chris that night, hadn't eaten there the whole pandemic, nothing. Walk in, sitting down, I see this huge guy walk in with the coaches, and I'm like, I got to go talk to this guy. So I went and talked to him, and I just told him, I said, you'd look really good in the cherry and silver.
Is that all you said?
Yeah, that's what I told him.
See, you got him over the top, and you probably did you buy him a cocktail? I think he's of age.
No, I couldn't buy him a cocktail. I was still unsure about this NIL stuff.
And what the rules are and what you're allowed to do?
pop.
Yeah, that's kind of that's borderline cream cheese, isn't it?
Yeah, but he is an interesting guy, and he's going to really help us in the paint. And, Cameron Barstow, his last year was great. That's what we need is a year like that or a Kenny Thomas-type year from a guy in the post. And if you get that, I think they have all the other pieces. Javante Johnson looks great shooting the basketball. He really looks good. If he can shoot it like that in the game, that's going to be taking a lot of pressure off the other guards. And KJ Jenkins is the other guy that's just looking really good. He's snapping the net every time he shoots.
You're 5 deep at guard if you consider Javante a guard. You're 5 solid deep with Donovan Dent.
Yeah, I can't wait, but I can't wait for Saturday either. It's a good time to be a Lobo.
All right, enjoy it. See you. Rain Poncho. That's Rudy's fantasy football team name is Rain Poncho.
Rain Poncho.
Put that. Who are you playing this week? Rain Poncho. All right, just get one. I got a bunch of emails for you on Morris Udeze, what he had to say. You're ringing the phones at 505-246-0610. So we'll do that as soon as we get back. I've been telling you about New Mail for a while, right? New Mail, what does it do? Thousands of men across the country have benefited, tens of thousands, from this industry-leading testosterone replacement. Those men feel better, and you've been hearing me tell you about it. Why? Because it works. Men all over the country take care of things like fatigue and depression, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. Do you know New Mail specializes also in hair replacement for men and women? Guys, ladies, the number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. You can go online at newmail, NUMALE.com. Pick the option that's best for you. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells, deepen your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. Look, I don't know the science. I just know it works. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser, proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants produce natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. Treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair with no side effects. Right here in Albuquerque, New Mail's number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
Cherry Fridays are back this Friday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
So the email says, why did Morris Udeze leave Wichita State? Because he wanted to change, man. Why are they all transferring? Why did Jamal Mashburn leave Minnesota? Why did Jalen Housley leave Arizona State? Just looking for something different as last year. Wanted a better opportunity. Maybe
coaching changes.
Yeah, coaching changes.
NIL deals.
Yeah.
Opportunity. Step in right away. Come to New Mexico, you're their starting center.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons. Bruce said, we have Dirty Jerry and Smooth Jerry. Now we need a nickname for Producer Jerry. What's his backstory? Can he top former pro wrestler Hama Stephanie?
Oh, in my sleep.
Can you really?
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow, that was pretty. I mean, that was very Jerry.
But just say it confidently.
Yeah, quiet.
Sure, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Jerry Friday.
Some guy named Jerry.
Yeah, a guy named Jerry. Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. So you got Dirty Jerry. Well, you've named him Bruce all by yourself. You got Dirty Jerry and you got Smooth Jerry. I don't think I call him Dirty Jerry. I'm not even sure. Smooth Jerry was Jerry Plum. His phone sounded good today.
Yeah.
After sitting on hold for 5 minutes.
You're welcome.
Jared, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
What's up, Jared?
I don't understand West Coast Yankee fans. I moved out here from central New Jersey, going to Yankee games as a kid. And let me tell you, if you're a fanboy, we don't need you. So know your stats. What do you think? Aaron Judge led in RBIs. That means there's guys on base. Stanton also high RBIs. Torres high RBIs. The most OBPS on base percentage plus slugging. That means you're getting on base. They have more Yankees, active Yankees are on that list in the top 50 than any other team. What are you guys talking about? They know how to score runs. They get guys on base and they score runs. They ended up with 99 wins. They could have easily had more. They don't need it. They didn't need it. So all that matters is the playoffs. That's it.
That's all that matters.
So they're going to score runs. Donaldson, Torres, the new guy, Oswaldo Cabrera. What are you talking
They're
about?
healthy now,
They
too.
get on base constantly.
And they're healthy. They went through that stretch.
That's how you get a lot of RBIs, by having guys on base.
I agree with you.
I just don't understand why people lose their minds and create these bogus talking points
Well,
about.
you know
like,
why, Jared.
The Yankees are fine.
Jared,
They're fine.
you grew up in New Jersey. How
Yeah.
much sports talk have you listened to about the Yankees? You know why people lose their mind. They lose 2 games in a row, and people lose their mind and want the manager fired. How many? You went on that stretch this year when everybody was hurt and people were losing their mind. You got to fire Boone. That they're not very good.
Right.
They're horrible. They can't get on base. Giancarlo's never coming back. Judge can't get a pitch to hit.
Yeah.
We got to fire everybody. But now here you are. You're in the playoffs. You're going to be fine.
We are.
Yep.
Let's go. Like our pitching, okay, but I'm telling you, the offense is going to be
Score
fine.
runs,
Let's have a conversation 2 weeks from now and add up how many runs they.
Right.
Let's just talk in 2 weeks.
Call us then.
Fair enough.
Call us then. Appreciate you. Enjoy the playoffs. Look, I think he's right. I don't know if their pitching is that good. Or how about this? I don't know if their pitching is good enough. They will score runs. I do believe him. I do believe they're going to score runs.
It's hard to feel too bad about a team that's won 99
That's
baseball games. Now, you're not playing those same teams in the postseason. I get it.
You don't get the Angels?
No. But when it comes to Luis Severino was coming off throwing a no-hitter for 7 innings. Angels in the outfield, what have we got going on?
Angels in the outfield.
Okay. I'm like, damn, Jerry's back there flapping his
That's
wings.
the universal Angels in
Flying
the outfield.
Jerry. Flapping Jerry?
I'm a Cali boy, so I got to.
Where you from?
Outside of LA.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a Dodger fan, but I like the
give
Angels.
JJ loves hearing directions.
What street did you grow up on?
Gartell.
Oh, yeah, Gartell. Yeah.
Walnut.
Oh, everybody's got a walnut. What freeways were close by?
I-90.
Oh, you take the 90?
Yeah.
See?
Pomona Freeway.
Yeah, the Pomona Freeway. He was inland. Quite a ways inland. Yeah.
In Albuquerque, it's just, where'd you grow up? West side, east side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over by the Blakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which part of the west
Pride?
side?
Doesn't matter. It's all the west side. I know.
You Cibola territory or West Mesa territory?
Ooh, now there's more. Now there's Volcano Vista and Atrisco Heritage. See, now there's more to think about.
Expanding.
100%.
That was pretty much all we had when I was growing up. Cibola or West Mesa.
And now you're all grewed up.
Then all those weirdos up in Rio Rancho.
Weirdos.
Kidding. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. All right. So on the text line, you guys are you're actually relative. I'm not doing that. Global quarterback of the future, Gopher says. All right. He wants to talk global football. Jeff, global quarterback of the future, is he on campus? Or do we see another mercenary in 2023? Some folks are telling me it's time to turn the keys over to Aiden Armenta. But I don't see a true freshman starting against Tennessee Tech next year. It's from Gopher. All right, Miles Kendrick's going to be gone. He's got 1 year. CJ Montes, I want to see a little Justin Holiday, don't you?
Yeah.
And then Aiden Armenta goes in and competes.
And
there will be a transfer. There will be a transfer.
And when the transfers aren't popping, people are going to say, stop telling me about the transfers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm all about that life. You got to go all in on one. Like, they're out there, man.
They are, but like, do you never play a homegrown quarterback? Do you never, like an Aiden Armenta, does he never play for you?
Anyone who is on campus next year, whether it's Aiden Armenta, CJ Montes, Justin Holiday, insert transfer X person here, has the ability to start for the Lobos. It is wide open.
Yeah, I think so too. So Gopher, I don't know what the answer is because there will be a transfer. I firmly believe that there'll be a transfer quarterback coming in to compete. CJ Montes.
It sounded like, without naming names, that Danny tried to get
the guy who's quarterbacking at LSU.
The guy who's quarterbacking at LSU.
Yeah, who was at Arizona
But that's
State
a
when he
bit
was
different
there.
when LSU makes that phone call and says, "Here's what we have to offer
Well,
you."
he had a guy that's at SC now, and then SC called. Like it's not like he's out there and not making noise.
They're in on the guys.
They're in on him, and they're interested. And there's 2 prongs to this. One of them, LSU or SC, is, I mean, it's just a different world. And secondly, and you heard Morris Udeze just tell you this, in the transfer portal, in recruiting, NIL is an issue. It's a big deal. And Morris just told you it is a big deal, and anyone who tells you it's not isn't telling you the truth. And I don't know how you expect in the NIL race to compete with USC or LSU. Now, Danny told us, Was it here? Was it in a press conference? He was talking about NIL stuff. I remember I've listened to him so many times. But JJ, he said, typically we're not recruiting the same guys that LSU is or USC is, right?
Yeah.
That's
They're
at a
not
high school.
losing many of those battles anyway.
That's at a high school. In the transfer portal, obviously you are, right? In the transfer world, obviously you were in on a couple of the same guys. Now, I don't know how in on Daniels they were, how deep that conversation went before he went to LSU. But what was the quarterback from SC who do you remember his name? Who verbaled and then changed over?
Well, no, was it a JUCO guy?
It was a JUCO guy
that visited here.
Mm-hmm.
I think went to then committed USC, but then committed to Oklahoma.
So is he at Oklahoma now?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, it's a hard compete anyway, and then you want to throw the NIL piece into it, and it's borderline impossible. How do you compete with that? So you go out and you get what you can get, and you hope you got to hit one, though. And I thought, the guy last year was terrific. Look, Miles Kendrick's a good quarterback. Is he going to set the world on fire? I don't know that he is. But hopefully he can elevate this offense, JJ. It's got to get a little better, doesn't it?
Yes,
I mean,
it
it's
does.
just got to. 505-246-0610. We're going to hit the highlights when we come back. I got some over-unders. Over-under on the holiday. All right, we'll see that. LeBron wants an NBA team. He wants it in Vegas. Kind of wants it soon. What's the price tag again? What'd you tell me? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This is Boomer Science.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Songs. Fighting ever, yielding never. Fight on, ye men. Sons of whatever, we will win again. Marching down the field we go. Like, if you were going to write it at a new university, how would you write a fight song? You write the words? Oh, man. We are here to kick your... No, you can't do that. and it's all our men and our boys. Would it be a rap? A little more funky to it? A little more bounce? A little more now? I mean, the marching band's got to be able to play it. It's got to sound like a fight song, doesn't it?
We are here to cover
the spread.
We don't care as long as we cover.
Get our alumni paid. NIL for you. Transfer portal for him. I know. 505-246-0610. All right, big stories, a bunch of them today. Jerry Palma's with us. Appreciate him. Morris Udeze, Lobo Ford was here. We'll post that. If you didn't hear him, you should. I thought his candor in regards to NIL was good. Why he's here. A really good conversation. I think you'll enjoy a young man who was all academic AAC at Wichita State, who's a terrific player, and I think you're going to really enjoy him. We started off the show this morning. LeBron wants a basketball team. He said yesterday in Vegas after an exhibition game against the Suns that he wants a team in Vegas, and he wants to own it. And David, why do I keep calling him David Silver? Adam Silver, thank you. I want the team. And we started looking up, JJ, how much the franchise fee will be. While expansion, evidently, according to Adam Silver, is not on the table in the NBA right now, it has been a topic of conversation. I think the two cities that are right at the top of the list, Seattle and Vegas. Louisville's there. Hampton Roads, Virginia's there. There's a number of other cities who are in consideration. Kansas City. But it feels like Vegas and Seattle should have one. I mean, they should never have lost one. And Vegas is emerging everywhere. So LeBron wants an Oompa Loompa daddy now. I want an Oompa Loompa daddy. I want an Oompa Loompa now. That should be the name of the team. The Las Vegas Oompa Loompas. Wouldn't that be good?
Doopity-doo.
I've got another puzzle for you. What do you get when your kid is a brat? Sorry.
Spoiled and rotten like a Siamese cat.
That's exactly it. See? You're going to watch it again. JJ, he's like, damn, guys. All right, enough. Like, at least can you do the new version so people know?
That's the same thing, isn't it?
I don't know. Did they do it?
I assume it'd be the same.
Is there
thing.
music in the new version?
I don't know. Fred, you probably know that. I mean, do you know the Oompa Loompa song from the original Willy Wonka?
No, I don't.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I don't.
Show killer.
Hey, I wanted to call about the Yankee fan talking about how great they're hitting and all the runs they're scoring and all this stuff. And, really, Judge hit 62 home runs. He got 131 RBIs. Well, 131 RBIs isn't a lot for a guy hitting 62 home runs. Look at Pete Alonso. Alonso hit 40 home runs. He got 131 RBIs. That's better because, his players get on base. The Yankees have a batting average of 240-something, and there's only one guy, I think, above 250, and that's besides Judge. I mean, they're terrible as far as hitting and stuff. And But I just wanted to clear up that because I thought when the guy was talking about that, I thought that was ridiculous. A guy hitting 62 home runs, 131 RBIs, and really a lot of
130
RBIs.
RBI is a pretty good number, and I understand your point, and so that means a lot of solo home runs. He's driving it. He's your clutch guy. He
went. Do you remember when he went 4 games? And he was the only one this year, toward the end of the season.
Had a runs better
he was the only one that scored runs. You remember that, though?
Yeah.
They said that he's the only one that scored runs, and that's 3 or 4 games. Nobody else scored runs. It was just Judge.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, now that they're healthy, I'm not worried about them offensively. I feel like it should be, Freddie in Brooklyn, what do you got going? You're on the fan, right? We got Yankee talk here.
I feel like I'm a Mets fan because of Alonso, but Alonso, 40 home runs, 131, that's better. That's anyway, that's all I'm calling about.
Got you.
Good job.
See you.
See you, guys.
All right, Vinny in Queens, you're up next. How about the Yankees? Now, the Mets are going to kick their ass anyway. Wow, we're up the Yankee fan, right? It's beautiful. Sounds like New York radio all of a sudden, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Yankees.
Yeah.
And how's your mother?
Yeah, how's your mother? Hey, Adrian says the Pomona Freeway is the 60, not the 90. I'm just telling you what he said. People are listening.
Yeah.
And he said David Silver was that funny DJ from 90210. Girlfriend watched that a lot. So he's listening intently to all our mistakes. David Silver, I meant Adam Silver. David Stern was the guy before him. 60 is really inverted. The 9, it's the 90.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You know how to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give JJ. He could map quest it. He'd be able to find your mother's house.
It's been since the 80s since I was there. So,
Is that right?
well,
Yeah. I mean, ish.
back to visit.
Back when the Oompa Loompas were a thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got? You okay?
What do I got? I'm just listening intently.
He's learning about the old school. Yeah. All right. Tonight you get the Broncos and you get the Colts.
Philip Lindsay revenge game elevated to the active roster for the Colts.
Is that right? Philip Lindsay, the guy who took the world by storm with the Broncos, now with Jonathan Taylor on the injured today, not on the injured list, but not playing today. Wow. All right, so you got to give him the ball just because it's where he's playing, right?
I think we'll see Philip Lindsay.
Hell yes, you will.
Get a decent amount of carries, sneaky daily fantasy play tonight. Desperation, what do I do at running back?
It'll be cheap, too, on that daily fantasy, don't you think?
Might be a good way to fill out your lineup. Throw some studs in there. I'm really interested in Michael Pittman versus Patrick Surtain.
I like that, too.
Matt Ryan.
Well, can they protect him?
Can they protect him? Randy Gregory not there, so it feels like, all right, you can maybe shift some of your protection to Bradley Chubb. We'll see how good Chubb can be. Now, all the focus is going to be on him. What does that open up for? There's the Broncos defense, who's still been playing without Justin Simmons. Their safety been playing well, but it goes back to a constant rhythm offensively with Russell Wilson at quarterback, and the fact that short week, you have to believe in Melvin Gordon handling the majority of the workload.
Our coverage is going to start at 4 o'clock. Home of your Broncos right here on the Sports Animal. It's the Broncos, and it is the Indianapolis Colts. A. Marie's up there. It's her team-in-law. She's up there with her hubby. It's his team, hence team-in-law. See what
team-in-law?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So they'll be there. I'm not sure she's corresponding tomorrow. I think she's taking the day off. So part-time, no, tomorrow. We'll have Jerry Friday tomorrow. See, you get Cherry Friday at Albertsons. You get to go get your T-shirt and your tickets, and then Jerry Friday right here on the Sports Animal because Jerry will be with us. All right, other injury stuff around the National Football League. Brady missed practice. All right, so every time Tom Brady, I'm going to preface this because I'm not going to get into his personal life, but his personal life is into everybody's world, right? The story that him and his wife are going through a divorce, that is going to be an insanely public, overcovered thing, and I'm not here to get into someone's world. But the question I bring up is, as guarded as he is, as personal as he's been able to keep his personal life for a guy of that stature, at some point does it play into, he is human, right?
Of course it plays into it. The dude bounced from training camp for 11 days.
Right? To try to save his marriage, it looks like, and maybe it didn't work. I mean, and again, I hate getting into this filth.
It just, anyone out there, you'd say, hey, Tom Brady can deal with it, but that has an effect on you.
It has to, man. If you've ever gone through it, It's misery, man. It affects every speck of your life, and when there's kids involved, I mean, money's money, dude. These guys don't have to worry about money. They each, he and she, have their own damn money, but when it's your kids, and when am I going to see them, and how, and what's going on, and I'm just telling you, it's misery. Now, I don't think who they play this week. They play someone they should be able to handle this week, right? He missed practice yesterday. Who they got? They got Atlanta.
Tampa Bay hosts Atlanta.
Yeah. So I think they handle Atlanta. I think just defensively, they slow Atlanta down. You don't think so? I like Atlanta, but I think defensively,
Atlanta's feisty.
They're feisty.
Feisty.
But I hate the filth that's going to come from this. I really do. And this is people's chance. Now it's my shot at Tommy. And I hate it. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd after that. Coverage of the Broncos and Chiefs starts at 4 o'clock today here on the Sports Animal. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. Jerry, thanks for getting up early.
You're
Great
welcome.
work.
Yeah,
Filling
thanks.
in for Marie. Thanks for being part of our team.
You bet.
Adrian, great work over there. It looks good. Big day for you.
Huge day.
You better get a nap today.
That's right.
Does your kid take naps?
No.
Damn it.
So no nap.
Yeah. All right, be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.